Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Hello and welcome everyone inside the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. My name's Devin Dobeck along with you. He shoots, he scores!
Strength isn't built in a single race. It's earned, mile after mile, pedal after pedal, step after step. The same endurance that drives athletes to the finish line fuels the steady hands and sharp focus required in surgery. It's about resilience, precision, and commitment in competition and in the operating room. Because true performance means showing up with excellence, no matter the arena.
Looking for non-stop fun? Sky Zone Biloxi at the Edgewater Mall is the place to be. Jump off wall-to-wall trampolines, dunk on the basketball court, or conquer the warrior course. Sky Zone Biloxi truly has something for everyone. And now, you can celebrate big with our newly upgraded birthday party packages to make their special day unforgettable. Get ready to jump, play, and soar higher than ever at Sky Zone Biloxi.
Looking for your next ride? Get more at Matt Bowers Hyundai Gulfport. Every new Hyundai comes with Matt's lifetime powertrain warranty on top of Hyundai's America's Best warranty and owner assurance. No one on the coast offers more, so why go anywhere else? Visit us today during the Getaway Sales event happening now just off Lorraine Road north of I-10. Official sponsor of your Biloxi Breakers.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai Gulfport.
Ben & Jerry's is serving up true ice cream euphoria inside the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Biloxi. You're sure to find your new favorite among more than 34 flavors. Let us scoop yours in one of our freshly baked waffle cones. Ben & Jerry's at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Biloxi, where euphoria awaits.
Fly in for a daiquiri that scores every time. Mile High Daiquiris is an aviation-themed daiquiri shop and the official daiquiri of the Biloxi Breakers. Open 7 days a week and offering 15 refreshing flavors, jello shots, beer, and even a non-alcoholic daiquiri. They supply mobile daiquiris for weddings, birthday parties, and events. Only 4.6 miles west of the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. Grab your crew and come try the best daiquiris on the Gulf Coast where flavor takes flight. Become a frequent flyer at 1107 Cowan Road, Suite B, Gulfport.
At Superior Optical Lab, we're proud to be certified as a service-disabled, veteran-owned small business and to provide quality eyewear to veterans to whom we all owe our freedom. Thank you for your service.
Recharge your body. Reset your mind. Revive your spirit. At Revive and Thrive, every detail is designed to elevate your recovery and well-being. Unwind in our serene salt therapy room and float suite. Awaken your senses with the benefits of cold water immersion. Then, step into a custom-built sauna featuring soft Himalayan salt lighting for athletes, adventurers, and anyone ready to unlock the power of recovery. Discover the difference at reviveandthrivems.com.
Coastal Prints is a brand new business on the coast specializing in screen printing, embroidery, and promotional items. Being local and with 30 plus years of experience, Coastal Prints carries all the hottest clothing brands and thousands of promotional items. Uniforms, workwear, hats, drinkware, coolers, tchotchkes, and much more. Coastal Prints will make your brand and logo stand out. Come see the new showroom on Seaway Road in Gulfport or visit coastalprints.com or call 228-COASTAL.
The Mississippi Gulf Coast is where community and teamwork come together, on and off the ice. Fosi Residential is proud to support the Biloxi Breakers as they bring the heat to the rink this season. Fosi Residential manages 3 unique apartment communities along the coast, each offering modern finishes, resort-style amenities, and a location that puts coastal living right at your doorstep. Ready to find your community? Visit foshiresidential.com/Biloxi Breakers for more information.
Every new Hyundai from Matt Bowers comes with Matt's lifetime warranty included. That's in addition to Hyundai's America's Best Warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, and Hyundai Owner Assurance. You get both warranties, making a new Hyundai from Matt Bowers an excellent value. Come visit us today during the Getaway Sales event at our new showroom just off Lorraine Road north of I-10 in Gulfport. Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai, Gulfport.
When injury knocks you out, Bienville Orthopedic Specialists will be there for you every step of the way. We are here to get you back in the game, back in motion, back to your life. Our elite team of orthopedic specialists will work side by side with you, educating you about your treatment plan, utilizing advanced technology, and providing you with a successful path to recovery. Bienville Orthopedic Specialists. We will get you back.
When things heat up, you don't just want a cold one. You want the coldest one. The cold lagered, cold filtered, cold packaged one. Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
Hello out there, we're on the air. It's hockey night tonight. Tension grows, the whistle blows, and the puck goes down the ice. The goalie jumps and the players bump and the fans all go insane. Someone roars, Bobby scores at the good old hockey game. Oh, the good old hockey game is the best game you can name. And the best game you can name is the good old hockey game. Where players dash and skates a flash, the home team trails behind. But they grab the puck and go bursting up and they're down across the line. They storm the crease like bumblebees, they travel like a burning flame. We see them slide the puck inside, it's a good old hockey game.
Officials tonight, the referees are Todd Greenberg and Michael Ellis, the linesman Chandler Martin and Gary Glassman. Brizgala versus Rahul Sharma. Here we go. We're underway from Breaker Bay. Don Heaven Veyu wins the race, no icing here. Gives it out to Carter Thornton, sent in front, they score! It's Lucchese. Brandon Lucchese's been on a hot streak. Hang on to that puck. Don Heaven got a touch. That's his first professional point, and the Breakers strike first once again at Breaker Bay. It's 1-0. Davidson sprinting ahead. He's got Veyu with him. Davidson into Veyu off the post. Don Heaven Veyu almost had a chance to block that one. Good feed from Davidson, but just a little late, and the post robs him. Davidson score! Davidson with goals in 4 of his last 5. That one from the top of the circle to double the margin. And Biloxi makes it 2-0 early on here in period 1.
Your Breakers are on a walk-on power play.
Karchak towards the circle. Out to the point, Flanagan shooting one, tipped in front, the rebound, score! It's Trey Fisher. A shot from the point gives a Breaker-friendly rebound off the pad of Brizgalov. And Trey Fisher tucks home his 4th of the season. Breakers are back in front. It's 3-2. Fisher set to take the draw and wins it away from Sneath out to the point for Mullins. Mullins on over for Leonard. Snap to Flanagan with room. Flanagan shooting one. Save Briscoe. The rebound. Score! Lucas Pikarczyk. Another shot with purpose from Declan Flanagan. Kicks out perfectly to number 27. And the Breakers' active leading scorer adds to his point total with his 9th of the season. 21 total points for number 27. He's starting to get hot, and that's a good sign for Biloxi fans, seeing Pikarczyk get going again. Spinelli trying to shoot it out of the zone. Leonard up ahead where Veyu reels it in. 3-on-2 brewing for Biloxi. Drop back for Lucchese. Lucchese in front. Thornton. Score! Carter Thornton against his former team makes it 5. Here's one as we got a fight brewing. It's going to be Avery Smith and A.J. Schlepp this time. They'll move over into the center ice zone and get a feel for one another. A.J. Schlepp 6'8", 209. Avery Smith 6'3", 230. Another heavyweight tilt. And Schlepp connects first. A couple rights to the back of the head by Schlepp. Smith can't get free. Both helmets off now. Locked up for a moment. Schlepp has got the handcuffs on Smith. A couple rights and uppercut from Schlepp. Smith can't get one off. Smith continuing to cover. Now a couple big lefts from Smith. Holding his own, takes down A.J. Schlepp. Smith meets Brendan Spinelli on the near wall. Now enters the zone. Smith, top of the key, turns it over. Here's Aldi Nerland. No one there with him. Nerland in all alone. Backhander, star! Aldi Nerland. Nerland with his first goal since December 6th. A big one to put the Breakers up 6-2. The first goal scored in the middle chapter. Ever so nonchalantly, he'll escort the puck out of the zone. Avoids a couple stick checks from Nerland, and Veyu now closing in. Lynn shoots the rebound on goal again, and they score. It's TJ Sneath picking up the loose change and plotting it home. Topeka gets one back. It's 6-3. It's chipped up by Brizgalov off the glass. Lucchese back in pursuit down low. Now another loose puck. Veyu tripped up. Down low, they score! What a feed from Don Heaven Veyu down to Carter Thornton. And once again, this line is clicking. Breakers tie their season high goal total at 7. And it's 7-3. Carter Thornton with a 2-goal night. Back into the hands of Avery Smith. Smith almost got popped by Carter Thornton, avoided that hit. Now Checo scores. Corey Checo with a catch and release bullet. Beats Sharma over the glove side, and it's 7-4 now. Topeka gets one back here in the third. Banks it over for Koash. Back into the corner for Sneath. Centering feed off of Sharma and in. Sharma can't believe it. One of those goals you don't see too often, maybe once a season, but just kicked off his pad through his wickets. And Topeka has pulled to within 2. Sending one in through Smith. Davidson then poking it out off the wall, a self-pass. He's got Royer with him in a 2-on-1. Saucer to Royer, backhand finish, score! Amy Royer with the answer. His first professional goal. The new season high goal total of 8 for Biloxi, and it's 8-5. Amy Royer with a multi-point night in his debut provides the answer. And Biloxi has restored the lead to 3. And now another shot comes in from Koash. Wilson sending one in front, almost tipped home by Sneath. Thornton will hold the puck in the corner. Wilson looking to take a quick run at him, and that will do it. More pushing and shoving. Wilson involved there after the whistle. And the Breakers pick up their first win since December the 6th, taking down the Topeka Scarecrows tonight by a final score of 8-5 in front of the home crowd.
Looking for your next ride? Get more at Matt Bowers Hyundai Gulfport. Every new Hyundai comes with Matt's lifetime powertrain warranty on top of Hyundai's America's Best warranty and owner assurance. No one on the coast offers more, so why go anywhere else? Visit us today during the Getaway Sales event happening now just off Lorraine Road north of I-10. Official sponsor of your Biloxi Breakers.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai, Gulfport.
Ben & Jerry's is serving up true ice cream euphoria inside the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Biloxi. You're sure to find your new favorite among more than 34 flavors. Let us scoop yours in one of our freshly baked waffle cones. Ben & Jerry's at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Biloxi, where euphoria awaits.
It's Hockey Night live from Biloxi, Mississippi. My name's Devin Dobek, the voice of the Breakers, along with you. The Breakers set a franchise record yesterday with 8 goals and an 8-5 victory over the Topeka Scarecrows, snapping a 9-game slide in the process, their first win since December the 6th. It was an exciting one, a lot to cheer about in front of one of the smaller crowds of the season. Excited to see this building fill up a little bit more in light of an offensive explosion led by some of the guys that have been here, including Brandon Lucchese, a goal and 2 assists in a second-star effort last night. The rookies, Don Heaven Veyu with 3 assists was the game's 3rd star. Amy Royer with a goal and an assist was not mentioned on the star list, but planted the dagger to make it 8-5. And then, of course, how could you forget Carter Thornton going up against his former team? 2 goals and an assist. 2 goals matches the amount of goals he had since signing in Biloxi all the way back in early November. Rahul Sharma with his first win, 43 saves on 48 shots. He was sensational. Excited to see what he does here in Game 2. He joins Josh Rosenzweig as the only other Breakers netminder with a victory. Let's take a quick look at tonight's tale of the tape in the 8th meeting between these two teams. Topeka comes in 16-9-0. The Breakers 6-20-1. Topeka blows their 3-game win streak with the loss last night. Biloxi back in the win column. Topeka 3.6 goals per game. Biloxi 3.4. A plus 13 goal differential for the Scarecrows, minus 56 for the Breakers. On the power play, Topeka goes down a little bit to 24.3%. The Breakers, with a pair of power play goals last night, rise to 19.7%. On the kill, Topeka 82.9%, Biloxi 67.8%. Number 3 team in the Empire versus the number 7 team in the Continental Division. Topeka has won 4 of 7 that have all ended in regulation. Let's run you through our Matt Bowers Hyundai starting lineups now. For Topeka, a bit of a different look. They change it up and go with the 16, 17, 18 line. Elijah Wilson, Scott Koash, and TJ Sneath. Alex Norwinski and Jacob Gagnon, the defensive pairing, with Sammy Bernard in between the pipes. As for the Biloxi Breakers, they roll out the exact same 6 they did yesterday. Davidson, Royer, and Nerland with Mullins and Flanagan the pairing, and Rahul Sharma in between the pipes. Sharma, with a record of 2-2 this season, was 1-2 with the Indiana Sentinels in 3 starts he made for them. Sammy Bernard takes his place with a record of 7-4, a .911 save percentage, and a 2.91 goals against average. He does have 3 career shutouts, but still searching for his first this season. They're going to begin introducing the starting lineup and get into our pregame festivities. So we'll send it down to Mitch Arbaugh at ice level for the Breakers and the Scarecrows, set to go on Saturday night FPHL action.
Also at forward, number 17, TJ Sneath. Also at forward, number 18, Scott Koash. And in goal, number 25, Sam Bernard. Head coach of the Scarecrows is Rocky Nichols. Fans, it's time to get out your phones and light up Breaker Bet!
Infantino to his backhand. Infantino, scar! For Henry. Henry, toe drag to his backhand, scar! Caden Henry! Drop pass on over. Pikarczyk shoots, scar! Lucas Pikarczyk! Couple rights from Schlepp, loses his helmet, continues to connect with Bryce French. Couple more over to the face. There goes the bucket. Spinelli still throwing. Oh, a good exchange here. Spinelli grabs him, trying to pull him down. Down he goes. Coming in, 2-on-0 with Conway. Conway pots one. Off the feed from Infantino. The Breakers tie it at 2. Fresh off the bench, stays onside. He scores! Brandon Lucchese! Centering feed for Thornton to his backhand. Scores! Carter Thornton! 4. Davidson, another quick shot. The rebound. Fisher scores!
Breakers fans, are you ready? I said, are you ready? It's time to get on your feet for the starting lineup. Brought to you by Pet Powers Hyundai and Golf Course. Starting on the bench, number 6, Connor Mullen. Also on the bench, number 7, Declan Flanagan.
Abigail Jenkins on the national anthem leads us in the puck drop. It's Hockey Night Live from Biloxi, Mississippi. My name's Devin Dobek, the voice of the Breakers, along with you. We have a ceremonial puck drop going on down by the door. It's a representative from Club 4 Fitness dropping the puck with Trey Fisher and TJ Sneath there to take the ceremonial puck drop. The handshakes conclude, and we're ready to go back to war for the fourth time in as many matchups. Breakers, Scarecrows. Last weekend, the Scarecrows sweeping the Breakers, although they scored first in both of them. Breakers led 2-0 on Friday night, went on to lose 5-3 after 5 unanswered Topeka goals. Then on Saturday night, Breakers struck first, but couldn't get it going after that, falling 6-2. Last night, a full 60 minutes. Certainly looked like it was going to be a little difficult. They went up 2-0 early, gave up 2 shorthanded goals, believe it or not, and then from that point on, the Breakers put their pedal to the metal, scoring a franchise record 8 goals en route to an 8-5 victory to snap that 9-game slide. Ready to go in front of the home crowd once again here inside the Coliseum. Same starting line we began with last night for Biloxi. Amy Royer set to take the draw up against TJ Sneath of the 16, 17, 18 line. And we are underway from Breaker Bay once again. Jacob Gagnon quickly flipping it ahead into the offensive zone. Breakers back in control of the puck. Flanagan high off the glass, banks it back to center. TJ Sneath quickly retreating the puck back into the Breakers end. Flanagan stretching one out for Nerland. He's able to get a twig on it to dump it into the Topeka end. No icing. Alex Norwinski wrapping the puck around the wall. Koash at the blue line. Touch pass with Elijah Wilson and then banks it ahead down low. Connor Mullins, the first one there, throws it off the back of Sharma's cage. It comes over to Nerland. Topeka, quick shot. Sharma with an early save on TJ Sneath's one-timer, and the Breakers right back the other way. Nerland will shoot it in to go out for a change. No icing as he crossed the center line. Here's Connor Lynn. He's an entertaining player to watch. Pair of assists last night. He's up to 20 points as a Scarecrow. Hailing out of Marlborough, Massachusetts, a former Mississippi Seawolf himself. And exactly a minute gone by, we'll have an icing call, our first of the night, courtesy of the Ben & Jerry's at the Hard Rock Cafe. Trey Fisher, who scored the 3rd goal last night, set to take the face-off against Trevor Grasby this time. Trevor Grasby currently sitting at 99 career FPHL points, trying to hit that centennial mark with one here tonight. He's got 3 points in his first 4 games as a Scarecrow, including 2 goals and an assist. Cameron Clark breaking the puck out of the zone to Hugo Koch. Koch just out of the bandwidth of Clark, spun on goal, pad save Sharma. Spinelli down in the end wall, battling with new Breaker face Demetris Christo in the lineup. Up ahead, Pikarczyk trying to create some separation, and Blaisdell shuts that opportunity down. You mentioned Christo wearing number 5 for the Breakers. 6'1", 200 out of Skaneateles, New York. From 20 to 25, was playing at Franklin Pierce University, and then turned pro with the Danbury Hat-Tricks. 7 games last season, 10 this year. 1 goal and 3 assists in his tenure there, and all of them coming this season. Trey Fisher below the end line, knocking it away from Connor Lynn. Lynn then picks his pocket and will coil back behind Sammy Bernard. From the safety of Bernard's cage, the Scarecrows begin their push. Back across to Connor Lynn, hitting the brakes to shake off the pressure of his former teammate Carter Thornton. Flanagan back out to the blue line, couldn't be gloved down by Don Heaven Veyu. We mentioned Veyu made his professional debut last night, 3 assists and a 3rd-star mention. Turnover created by Thornton, trying to fight it back for Veyu. Veyu steering through a little bit of traffic onto Mullins, whose drive is caught and held by Sammy Bernard. And with 17:26 to go, we'll settle in for another face-off back in the Scarecrows' end. Heavier crowd tonight after one of the lower numbers last season, hovering around 1,450. The average for the Breakers this season has been 1,800. That ranks 10th in the FPHL. Offensive zone draw for Charbonneau & Co. is won by Topeka. Jacob Gagnon, who had a quiet night last night but is shining against Biloxi this season, looking to make his presence felt. There's Quinn O'Reilly, the Wichita, Kansas native, getting his first minutes in this 4-game set with Topeka. O'Reilly was out for over a month with a concussion, and returning to the lineup, has been in and out of it, but will be in there and ready to go and provide a physical jolt for Robbie Nichols' group. Robbie Nichols, if you haven't figured it out yet, is not a fan of losing. And I'm sure last night having 8 hung on his head was a little bit demoralizing. Robbie has made a bunch of additions to add players down the stretch. Trevor Grasby, of course, comes to mind. Cam Clark, who was added over a month ago, signing Kyle Heitzner as well, who just had 2 stints in the ECHL. Royer entering the zone, looking for Thornton on the backhand feed. Going down is O'Reilly into the half wall. In low, bumping it back to Jacob Gagnon. Pulls it to his backhand, centering feed. Gets all the way through to Veilleux. And the Breakers from north to south head the other way. Thornton leading a even number charge. Finds some space, in all alone. Oh, he couldn't finish. He had Sammy Bernard down in the Dirty Bird, but couldn't flip it over the pad. We stay scoreless in our Republic Finance first period. Now here's Scott Koash, the leading scorer for the Scarecrows, getting a shot right into the crest on Sharma's chest. Shots are 3-1 Topeka through the opening 3 minutes and 38 seconds. Koash, one of a handful of Scarecrows who had a decent evening last night. A goal and an assist to push his team high total to 28 points. Split right down the middle, 14 goals, 14 assists for the man who scored the first goal in franchise history all the way back in mid-October against the Indiana Sentinels. And it's only gone up exponentially from then. Leonard banking it out to Alex Norwinski. Norwinski up into the glove of Elijah Wilson. Wilson able to recollect it and dump it in deep. Here's Christo below the end line. Throws it into the boots of Elijah Wilson, controlled now by Sneath. Into the corner for Wilson. He's trapped, swings it around for a cutting Scott Koash. Stapled into the wall by Royer. And Sharma makes a quick stick save on the centering feed. Lynn's drive, then into the chest of Sharma again. We'll get ready for another whistle and a face-off. 5 other active games going on around the FPHL tonight. All of them very early on. A couple have trickled into the second period. We'll update you on those scores throughout our telecast, and stay tuned in our intermission so you can watch the ticker. Connor Mullins throwing his weight into Hugo Koch down in the corner. Koch able to boot it forward, and now centering feed looking for Clark, gets away, and Pikarczyk 3-on-2 rush the other way. On over to Charbonneau, off the wall, fake the shot, in on goal. Bernard makes a quick save. Topeka north to south, back the other way with speed. Here's Koch dumping it in deep. Grabbed a Connor Mullins body and just threw him to the ice. An interesting thing there, and Hugo Koch is going to be sent off for 2 minutes. That opens up a walk-ons power play for the Breakers. Breakers last night with a pair of power play goals, trying to add to that total. They're just under 20% on the season. 15 minutes and 16 seconds to go in our Republic Finance first period. And they're actually going to get both of them, so no walk-ons power play, as Connor Mullins was also assessed. And so we're going to skate 4-on-4. So they get both of them, and back the other way, Sammy Bernard will take control of the puck. Up to Cam Clark, sent back to center where Flanagan will give it on to Pikarczyk. Pikarczyk back ahead.
Hugo Koch, 2 minutes for roughing. Time of both penalties, 4:44 in the first period. That's Mullins.
And now here comes Topeka back to work, trying to iron out our penalty clock for you. Did not know it was going to be 4-on-4, but they got locked up and got both of them. Topeka in the O-zone. Deflected shot goes behind Rahul Sharma. Clark taking some contact on the wall by Royer, and Trey Fisher will wind around the goal to begin the breakout. Snapping a pass to Amy Royer. with the zone. Back to Christo. Christo holds, centering feed, backdoor finish. Leonard lost it in transition. Oh, a good feed from Demetrius Christo, who had a cutting Leonard, who saw Bernard was going right, tried to tuck it left, but lost possession. Koash quickly on goal. Sharma will hold. And at 14:01, we'll have our first media timeout. Still no score from Biloxi. Stay tuned. It's going to be a fun one. Back in a moment.
Strength isn't built in a single race. It's earned, mile after mile, pedal after pedal, step after step. The same endurance that drives athletes to the finish line fuels the steady hands and sharp focus required in surgery. It's about resilience, precision, and commitment in competition and in the operating room. Because true performance means showing up with excellence, no matter the arena.
Breakers are headed to the Raven and Rose Tattoo penalty kill. Fabian Leonard assessed an interference call. You'd have to think taking out some of his frustrations from not being able to tuck it home on a Scarecrow. And Leonard holds himself to a high standard. Coming up on 28 years old, out of Basel, Switzerland, and does not like to make mistakes. So he'll be booked now. It's actually a 4-on-3. We just were a little too slow adding the Mullins penalty, so it'll say 5-on-4 on your screen. But it is a 4-on-3 for the next 35 seconds before it becomes an official 5-on-4. Connor Lynn shooting one backdoor. Koash tried the short side finish. Sharma holds the post. And now Thornton banking one ahead. Wilson disrupted his route with a nice hit on the wall. Carter Thornton almost found some space to go in shorthanded. He's the only breaker with a shorthanded goal in franchise history. Koash looking to dance through Flanagan. They get locked up in between each other's skates, and now a backhander on goal by Wilson's turned aside by Sharma. Another 3 seconds, and both Mullins and Koch will return to play. Right back into the play. Here's Hugo Koch with a burst of speed. Lind on over for Wilson, whose shot deflects wide, and Thornton tried to bank it out, couldn't finish it. Lind through the middle, shooting and scoring. TJ Sneath with a deflection from right in between the circles allows Topeka to strike first on the power play, and it's 1-0 Scarecrows. Number 11 for number 17, TJ Sneath. A real scoring threat, one of the premier offensive weapons for Robbie Nichols' club. He's got his 26th point as a Scarecrow. Hit the centennial mark last night, now up to 102 points this year. Or not this season, as an FPHL veteran. So the Breakers are now 0 for 1 on the Raven and Rose Tattoo penalty kill. Davidson picking it up behind Bernard. Looking to feed one across for Nerland, couldn't get through. Back out to center, Christo had it walk by him. He'll backhand one to Brendan Spinelli. Pair of Franklin Pierce alum are Spinelli and Christo. Played together there. Spinelli from 22 to 25, Christo from 20 to 25. Inside 12 minutes and 20 seconds left to go. In period one, Spinelli avoids most of Boston Bird, then toe drags his way past another Scarecrow. Finally, Avery Smith imposes his will in front of the Breaker bench. Christo banking it up ahead. Royer and Davidson trying to communicate on who has it. It's Davidson, his quick shot. Rebound to Royer. He's tripped up by Gagnon, and the Breakers are going to head to a walk-ons power play with 11:55 remaining in period number 1. It's going to be Jacob Gagnon headed off to the box. Gagnon had a minor penalty last night in a rare game with no points. He's sent off again, and we'll see if Biloxi can even the odds with a goal here. It's the first game in the 4-game series they've had with the Scarecrows over the past calendar week that the Breakers have not struck first on the scoreboard. Topeka with the hotter start. They're out shooting Biloxi 9-3 as well. Charbonneau outside the circle. Sends it on over to Pikarczyk. He'll wind to the top of the circle, take some room, backhand feed right into the chest of Leonard. Leonard on over to Charbonneau. Charbonneau swinging around high slot, shooting one, and it's blocked by a Scarecrow. Pikarczyk back for Charbonneau, down to Fisher. Fisher avoids most of the contact of Lynn, stays in possession of the puck, and back out to the point for Pikarczyk. On to Fisher again. Fisher shooting one. Deflected into the end wall. Charbonneau battling down low. Fisher in a race to the puck with Lind. What a pass by Connor Lind up ahead to Cam Clark. Flanagan, good back checks, able to get there. And this shot will go way up and into the seats. Our mile-high daiquiri puck out of play with 11:08 to go and another minute 14 on the Gagnon minor. While I have an extra moment here, head equipment manager Mikey Roy would like to give a special birthday shout out to his mother, Celine. So Celine, happy birthday from the Breakers to you, and most importantly, from your son, Mikey. He wanted me to make sure that I was able to get that on the broadcast. So happy birthday. Glad you're enjoying it with us here on Breakers TV. Royer substituted off the draw for Davidson. It's won by Grasby. Quick shot from Norwinski. Handcuffs Sharma, but he's able to hang on to that one for another whistle and a face-off with 11:05 remaining in period number 1. Another quick shot comes in. Sharma makes a quick save exactly at the 11-minute mark. Breakers trailing by a goal, trying to get going in the shot department. They had 20 shots in period 1 yesterday, just 3 through the first 9 minutes so far. Another 4 seconds tick off. Sharma with another save. He's got 10 already in the game. Chasing that total of 43 last night, but hopefully the Breakers won't let him see that many pucks. Grasby, clean win back to Norwinski. Banged down low and cut off by Brandon Lucchese. On across to Aldi Nerland. Nerland will shoot it in deep. Royer streaking in on the near side. Pinned into the wall by Norwinski. Davidson carrying it out for Lucchese. Out to Mullins. Mullins shot. Never got through. Lucchese the rebound. Back out to Mullins. Mullins on over for Royer at the circle. Back across. Snap pass. Quick shot comes in and never got through off the blade of Lucchese. Scarecrows back the other way. A 2-on-1 brewing. Lucchese tying up a stick. Nice save by Sharman. Lucchese! Oh, what a save from Brandon Lucchese. Covering for his goaltender after Sharma made the initial save. Lucchese pulls it off the goal line to keep it a 1-goal game. Another 10 seconds on the Breaker power play. Here's Royer. Knocked over by Connor Lind. Fans want to call, they won't get it. Good clean hard hit by Lind. Sharma coming out to play it. Able to bump it away from Cam Clark, taking his stick in the process. Across the midway point here, period 1, Scarecrows are back to full strength. Gagnon shooting one, pad save Sharma. Lucchese now with it, and he will float it out of the zone. Breakers are 0 for 1 on the walk-ons power play. Here's Connor Lind. Sending one looking for Clark, just out of the reach of his blade. Boston Bird will spoon one back around. Charbonneau, the first one there. Will skate it up the wall. Lind misplayed it for a moment. Bird fighting it on over for Smith. His shot tipped in front. Sharma gets run. Flanagan taking exception to it. Is going to give Koash a couple shoves. And now Avery Smith getting involved. Grabbing Flanagan by the collar. Sharma's helmet's off. And a little bit of a Donnybrook going on outside the blue paint here. Flanagan took exception to Koash running his goaltender, albeit an accident. actually might have been a different Scarecrow, maybe Boston Bird. And we'll head into our next media timeout. Things heating up here in Biloxi, 1-0, the Scarecrows lead.
Fly in for a daiquiri that scores every time. Mile High Daiquiris is an aviation-themed daiquiri shop and the official daiquiri of the Biloxi Breakers. Open 7 days a week and offering 15 refreshing flavors, jello shots, beer, and even a non-alcoholic daiquiri. They supply mobile daiquiris for weddings, birthday parties, and events. Only 4.6 miles west of the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. Grab your crew and come try the best daiquiris on the Gulf Coast where flavor takes flight. Become a frequent flyer at 1107 Cowan Road, Suite B, Gulfport.
Nine minutes, 16 seconds left to go, period one. It's been pretty much all Topeka to start here. Power play goal has them up 1-0, courtesy of TJ Sneath on the redirection. Shots are 14-4 in favor of the Scarecrows as well. Fisher, a hard pass on over to Pikarczyk. He'll send it in towards Sammy Bernard. All the way back up to the point. Nice move at the blue line by Spinelli. Now he'll pinch down low around Grasby. Taking it himself all the way around the cage. Out to Flanagan. Push back down low for Fisher. He tried a between the legs pass. Somehow still gets through to Charbonneau. Out to Spinelli. Fake the shot to shake off Koch. And now it ends up back down low. Trey Fisher with his stick locked up for a moment. Shoved into the wall from behind by Connor Lynn. Another shot from Flanagan finds the chest of Sammy Bernard with 8:35 left. And another face-off set to come. Looks like Carter Thornton set to take the face-off. Lucchese in the shooting position. And on the draw, it's tied up by Sneath and eventually controlled by his teammates. Here's Scott Kowash through the middle, out across to Lynn, back to Kowash, cut off by Fabian Leonard. Leonard, D-to-D pass on over for Connor Mullins. Out to Brandon Lucchese. His stretch pass cut off by Kowash. Loose puck. Bleeds into the breaker zone. Linesman waves off the offside. Tonight's officials, the referees are Todd Greenberg and Michael Ellis. The linesmen Gary Glassman and Chandler Martin. Big collision down below the end line. Connor Lynn running over Carter Thornton. Now an errant puck picked up by Lucchese, swung down low looking for Thornton, and eventually Topeka forces another turnover. Puck comes all the way back to the Breakers' end. They'll restart the push. Christo to the tape of Veilleux, who will shove it in deep. Gagnon with Veilleux in pursuit right behind him. Gagnon lasering into the offensive zone, backhanding one on goal, saved by Sharma. Nerland looking to carry it out of his own end. Veilleux cuts it off, still gets through to Gagnon. Funky deflection off of Spinelli, goes wide. Now Boston Bird from the circle shoots one, takes a hit from Lucchese after he released it. And Sharma will hold on to that one with 7 minutes and 11 seconds to go in period one. Another face-off coming. Shots are now 16-5 Scarecrows, although they just have the one on the scoreboard. Corey Checo and Amy Royer will take this one. Avery Smith flutters a shot on goal. That's held by Sharma. Bird crashing the net is escorted away by Connor Mullins. Mullins acquired via trade a few days ago from the Twin City Thunderbirds. Scored his first professional goal for the Mississippi Seawolves all the way back in his professional debut on March 28th of 2024. And now a full circle moment for him as he returns playing on the back end for the Biloxi Breakers. For Mullins, his 6th FPHL team, make that 5. Seawolves, Hat Tricks, Dashers, Indiana, and Twin Cities. So Biloxi's the 6th if you want to call it different from Mississippi, which it is. But in the same location as Sharma jumps on another one. Topeka's racking up the shots early on. Breakers will make a full change. Need to find a way to get this puck out of the zone. Fisher and Checo to do it this time in Sharma's end. It's tied up by Fisher, looking for some help. Gets it from Christo. Dangerous pass deflected by Koch and eventually sent out by Charbonneau to Pikarczyk. Good move to his backhand. Here's Pikarczyk gliding on in, taken down by the goal. Gagnon got him in a bit of a lock, and finally the whistle comes, separating everything there. Another face-off, this time in Bernard's end. Thank you for joining us for FPHL action, whether you're watching us on YouTube at Biloxi Breakers FPHL on Breakers TV or on 106.3 Super Talk Mississippi. Welcome. Breakers looking to make it a pair of wins against the Scarecrows. They have not had a weekend sweep in franchise history. So an opportunity to do it here tonight at home. Hugo Koch had a little trouble reeling it in, finally does. Takes a hit from Pikarczyk, and then finally is tipped down to the ice by Fabian Leonard. Those two locked up on the wall. It's spit out to center, ahead for Charbonneau from Pikarczyk. Back to Fisher. Fisher searching for a lane. Norwinski disrupted his path and takes it back the other way. Koch staying on side with a good hold that time was Trevor Grasby. Norwinski off the dangerous scoring opportunity. Takes a big hit from Lucchese. Another deflection in front. Topeka's piling on the pressure here. 5 minutes, 45 seconds to go. In our Republic Finance first period, here's Charbonneau wrapping one in so his line can change. The Lucchese line will be completed with Vayu and Thornton hopping into the play. As the puck will be iced this time down towards Sharma, and with 5.5 minutes to go, we'll get ready for another whistle and a face-off. Not a whole lot of offense brewing for Biloxi early on. After exploding last night, they've been held to a dull murmur here, just 6 shots. Had at least one in each period yesterday, which is always a positive sign offensively. Sneath and Thornton on the ensuing draw. It's won by Topeka. Back across and shot on in deep. Comes all the way around. Spinelli and Wilson get tied up for a moment. Patakin's drive comes in. Sharma with a quick reactionary save. On goal again, and Sharma holds the wall. Rahul Sharma pulling out all the tricks in goal tonight. What if I told you he already had 20 saves under his belt? Doing whatever he can to keep his team in this one. Anton Borodkin placed on the injured reserve. Garrett Johnson's the backup tonight. Obviously, you hope Anton is okay. Out at the point, Blaisdell shooting one, gets a tip from Coash. Spinelli runs into Elijah Wilson, back in control of the puck. Wilson sends it out to the point. Blaisdell holding and shooting one, tipped again in front. And Sharma makes another big save with 4:54 to go. It's our final media timeout. We will take it. Breakers trailing by a goal, trying to look for some positives down the stretch.
Looking for your next ride?
Get more at Matt Bowers Hyundai Gulfport. Every new Hyundai comes with Matt's lifetime powertrain warranty on top of Hyundai's America's Best warranty and owner assurance. No one on the coast offers more, so why go anywhere else? Come see us today at our brand new showroom just off Lorraine Road north of I-10. Official sponsor of your Biloxi Breakers.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai, Gulfport.
Ben & Jerry's is serving up true ice cream euphoria inside the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Biloxi. You're sure to find your new favorite among more than 34 flavors. Let us scoop yours in one of our freshly baked waffle cones. Ben & Jerry's at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Biloxi, where euphoria awaits.
.454 to go here, period one. Devin Dobeck along with you. Breakers trail at 1-0. The lone goal, TJ Sneath on the power play. Credit the assists on that one to Hugo Koch. Koch has had quite the time sharing the wealth this season, picking up his 20th assist to crack that milestone already. He's up to 23 points. Just 3 goals for Hugo Koch as another quick shot comes in and is held by Rahul Sharma. 4:50 remaining in period number 1. Checo and Royer will do it once more. It's won by Checo. Boston Bird shielding the puck from the pressure of Flanagan. Eventually run into the wall. Checo looking in front. Smith shooting one. Missed the net in a prime scoring area. Norwinski now looking for a tip in front. Checo almost got a piece of it. Nice hit by Royer into Jacob Gagnon over on the far side. Banked up ahead by Leonard looking for Davidson. It winds back up with Leonard, who throws it into the skates of Nerland. In stride to Davidson, quickly on goal. And turned aside by Bernard, up and out of play. 7th shot of the contest for Biloxi, being outshot 23-7 by Topeka. Robbie Nichols, certainly an emphasis for shots on goal, pressure, and offense. They're already halfway to their total from yesterday. Grasby wins the draw against Fisher once again. Comes around the wall to Hugo Koch. Lucas Pikarczyk might have caught an elbow up high from Koch in his follow-through. Mullins didn't know where the puck was. Sharma had to make a big-time save on a puck that crawled through the blue paint for a one-time opportunity by Grasby. Blaisdell on a cross for Connor Lynn. Now Hugo Koch to his backhand. Far side shooting one. Save made by Sharma again. Pikarczyk will shoot one in to go chase himself. Lynn back skating right there with him, then throws him hard into the wall. Referee's arm stayed down. Pikarczyk back up to his feet. His mother Jennifer's in the house tonight, seeing her son play professionally for the first time in his career. So welcome Jennifer to Breaker Bay. Long shift for Pikarczyk. He takes some contact at the blue line. Koch looking to shoot one on goal. Gets over Sharma. 3 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Sharma, another quick save. Trying to fire up his back end. He's been excellent here in the first period. Last night, of course, you know, his first game in over a month looked a little bit shaky. Some ones that he said himself, I should have had, or I want to have those back. But Rahul settling into this game. He's already got 25 saves, and he's the reason why it's only a 1-0 game. Was given the player of the game chain for the win yesterday. Sharma, another couple quick saves and uses the paddle to reel that one in for another big 9-alarm save. Rahul Sharma. Wow. Have a feeling we're going to be seeing his jerseys go for a little bit higher of a price at our next jersey auction coming up. If he can continue to make saves like that, Breakers are going to be in for a treat between the pipes. Wilson swinging one back around. Here's Spinelli. Topeka banks it back to the near side. Wilson takes some contact from Luke Casey, and now taken down on the wall by Veyu was TJ Sneath. Veyu now beginning the charge the other way. Tries a self pass and gets run into the wall. Might have reversed it just enough against Norwinski, and now it's sent back ahead. Spinelli able to settle the puck and will hit the brakes to shake off the pressure. This one will come all the way down to Bernard. They will rule it an icing, and so the draw returns back to Sharma's end. Shots are 28-7. I'm not sure we've seen a team post a number that high against Biloxi all season long. And still with 2 minutes and 35 seconds to go, they might crack that 30 number.
69, you're doing fine.
You never want to have over 30 shots against in a game because it just puts so much more strain on your goaltender. And although Sharma has bailed you out, sooner or later, Topeka's going to start capitalizing. Only the first period, plenty more time for Biloxi as Spinelli wipes out Smith. Boston Bird, toe drag release, Sharma! Are you kidding me? Rahul Sharma doing it all tonight. Back the other way, Topeka forces a turnover. Couple bodies being banged in the Scarecrow end. And now Lucchese a collision after the play, and with 2:12 left to go, we'll drop it. Lucchese's having a conversation with the linesman. Not sure what that could be about. Just fumbled my spotting board over the ledge here inside the press box. Jean Clement from Topeka able to give me the copy I printed out for him just for the final 2 minutes. A bit of a klutzy move up here as Sharma makes another quick glove save with 2:01 left to go. Topeka has officially recorded their 30th shot on net. Rahul Sharma, coined as Smiling Sharma, so I've been told, with his 29th save already in the first period. Topeka looking across for Clark. It was cut off by Flanagan with a good stick. Davidson takes some contact from Koch and able to back his way over the blue line onside. Now loses a battle at the line. Here comes Koch off the feed from Clark into the middle for Grasby. Back for Clark, looking Grasby again. And couldn't find the centering pass in time. Flanagan pinballs that one back down into the corner. Grasby back with it, centering, looking for Clark, gets through to Nerland. Nerland will go 1-on-2 back the other way against a pair of Scarecrows. Moving through his legs and run into by Clark. The puck belongs to Topeka once more. Clark through the middle, dropping one back for Wilson. Wilson on his backhand, throws it off the side of the cage with 70 seconds remaining in the first period. All the way through, the next shot comes. Wilson battling down low with Darius Davidson. Comes out to Norwinski, shot into the boots. Christo looking ahead for Nerland, and against by him for an icing with 48 seconds remaining in our Public Finance first period. Coming up in our first intermission, we will play parts 2 of Colton Wyzak's Breaker Banner episode 23. If you would like to watch the full episode, feel free to do so on your own time when the Breakers are not playing. That's on our YouTube page right here in the playlist called Breaker Banter. Out at the point, quick shot by Gagnon. Save, they score. Scott Koash takes the rebound off the pad of Sharma and flips it over the pad. Topeka gets a much-needed second goal for their hard work on their 32nd shot of the night, and they make it 2-0. Sharma's seeing a lot of pucks, and he's making a lot of saves. That time, a really good initial save with the right pad, but not a body on Koash down low, and he picks up his 15th of the season to lead the team. Sharma hung out to dry a little bit there in what's otherwise been a stellar performance. Face-off is won once again by the Scarecrows. Out to Koash. Now here's Elijah Wilson. Shooting one down into the corner. Fabian Leonard back in control of the puck. Snapping one across. Fisher backhands it back from Mullins onto Leonard again. Up ahead, Pikarczyk. Across the line, shoots one. Goes wide on the blocker side of Bernard. Mullins quickly back on goal. Rebound, deflecting in front. Fisher put it on goal. Bernard made the pad save on the second effort. Mullins with 5 seconds left to go. We'll try one last charge, shooting it in deep. Bernard will settle it, and that will do it for our Republic Finance first period. Topeka dominating, out shooting Biloxi 31-8. They lead by a pair as we head into our first intermission. Stay tuned for the last 40 minutes of this one. When we return, we'll catch our breath and be back after the Chick-fil-A at the Edgewater Mall first intermission report. We'll be back. Fair enough. So after that, we get out of COVID. The next 2 seasons, you become an assistant captain, and then in your final season, the captain for the Potomac Patriots and the USPHL Premier League. 79 games played for them. You had 3 goals, 24 assists. What made the decision feel comfortable for you to move to the United States, to take a leap of faith, and to try and further your career in a new league that you hadn't had a chance to play in yet after COVID?
It was a big step, but it definitely, like, the coaches, Alex Gross, Josh Gratton, also shout out both of them, and Gratz, both exceptional careers. Gratz, ex-NHL player, KHL, he's been all over, and Gross had a great college career. But I made the jump down there because we still had a bit of lockdowns in Canada, so I'm like, I'm not going through another 12, 15 game season. Yeah. And luckily that year back home, they got to play a full season, but I figured I'd come down, play down here in the States, and possibly get college offers, all that. But then it was just another new experience. It's a big thing for me where you can only play the game for so long, and I always want to enjoy every moment of it. And then a new country, new state, new experience, I was all for it.
So I also mentioned you were an assistant captain before becoming the captain there in Potomac. How did it feel to be looked at as a leader? What did you bring to the table for those organizations that they looked at you and said, this is the guy we want steering the ship, and why? I
think it's just more the calmness and not assertive in the way where they look at me and it's like, oh, that guy's a prick, but enough where the guys will respect me, they'll listen. But it's just the type of person I try and aim to be. It's the best person, just always there for everyone I can. And I never went there being like, I want to be the captain, I need this, I need that. It's just more, I tried to help everyone, because if I help them, they help me. It makes the team better, makes everyone stronger as a team. And it's, end of the day, the letter's not that big of a deal, in my opinion, where it's, if you're wearing a C on a losing team, it's the same as if you're wearing a C on a winning team. Mm-hmm. It's just a letter.
So with that in mind, we'll flash now to 23-24. You join the OSHL, play with the Tillsonburg Thunder, once again back closer to home. What went into your decision? So you finish your junior career, and then you go back to St. Thomas or in that area to play senior. How did you rationalize that decision before eventually making the jump to become a professional?
Yeah, that was more of I was never bad in school, but I just never really loved sitting in a classroom and sitting there for hours. It just drives me crazy. So back home, I started a plumbing apprenticeship. And I figured, well, if I'm doing this, I'm close to home. They have senior. Might as well keep living the dream and play a couple games while I'm doing it. But
that's what I always say. I love it.
That kind of just led to, I'm like, hey, this is pretty fun. I don't think I want to be done doing this yet. And then that's also kind of figured, you know what? I was very fortunate, too, because I played with a lot of ex-pro. I played with a guy who played in the Dell, the Coast, high-end college, high-end university, Canadian-American, guys who played OHL, guys who played AHL. Just hearing their stories, seeing how they play it just really motivated me. You know what? Senior hockey, it's always going to be there. When I'm done playing, I can always go back and do that. But it made me really think, you know what? I still want to take another crack at going pro.
And in 2024-25, you signed pro with the Dashers Hockey Club. Take us through the emotions, signing your first contract as a professional and reporting to Danville, and just everything that went into those first few weeks leading up to the season.
Yeah, that was me and my agent advisor. We reached out to every Fed, SP, Coast team I could even contact, and then AJ Tesserero got back to us saying, why not come out for our pre-main camp. I'm like, you know what, why not? It's a step in the door. Obviously, I didn't have the resume to really just get me on a roster, so I had to go show what I had, but just went out there, did what I could, showed them that I can play at the level, and I was one of the two or three guys from that camp actually signed with the team in Danville there.
Yeah, it is crazy. I mean, I was there as well, so we kind of entered the FPHL together. Me, of course, doing the broadcasting for them, but you had a roller coaster of a season in Danville. We've talked about that a little bit on previous episodes, or at least the season that the Dashers had, but you wound up playing 38 games for them across 2 stints, 3 head coaches. The team only had 3 wins, and you had your season ended a little short with an injury towards the end of it. Taking a look back at that turbulent year and everything that went on, just take us through your raw emotions and what you're going through in the moment and how it made you want to come back and give it another chance this season.
It was definitely a grind. The losing many games was definitely taking a toll. All the change, having a different line mate almost every other week was something else. That's nothing I've ever experienced, but just getting the taste of pro hockey, even going to every different rink. We're going to Binghamton, you're playing in front of 6,000-7,000 people a night, and it just maybe just getting the taste of that. It's like, you know what, I really love the game. I love what it has to offer for the players, fans, staff, everyone. It's just so inclusive, and it just made me even the love for the game always grows and grows and grows. But that just really sold it for me.
Quick little full world moment that Colton and I experienced together. So basically, last season, when you came back to the Dashers for your second stint, we were down in Biloxi taking on the Mississippi Seawolves, and that is one of the games in which you suffered a lower body injury, which would go on to end your season, but we didn't know at the time. So with the game off due to your injury, you came up and joined me on the broadcast and did color commentary, and one of my first color commentators in the FPHL. So we were both in Biloxi, sitting in the same press box I am now, and now here we are in Biloxi doing it again on our own podcast. So pretty cool how things can come full circle in the hockey world. Love having moments like that. But your biggest takeaway from your first pro season, I know you mentioned it was nice to have a taste of the culture and everything going on as a pro, but looking back, what was one thing that really bettered you for this season?
Honestly, the main things was just I was able and fortunate to live with 2 very veteran guys for their time there, Kim Yettinen and Lester Brown, where I learned so much about being a professional and learning and playing the professional style of game, where there's always a difference between junior hockey, college hockey, and pro hockey, where it's just the difference of playing boys and men sort of thing. And it's just being more patient with the puck and then being tougher around the puck and standing up for yourself and every small thing like that, where I really learned a lot from those 2, and even being around guys like Justin Brosson, I think he's still top 3 in the league points all time.
I think he's currently sitting fourth. But
yeah.
I think Johnny Ruiz is nipping at his heels last I checked.
But no, even just being around legends like that in the league and just being able to learn from them is just huge.
Yeah, Braz was pretty cool to learn from as well myself, but
Strength isn't built in a single race. It's earned, mile after mile, pedal after pedal, step after step. The same endurance that drives athletes to the finish line fuels the steady hands and sharp focus required in surgery. It's about resilience, precision, and commitment in competition and in the operating room. Because true performance means showing up with excellence, no matter the arena.
Looking for non-stop fun? Sky Zone Biloxi at the Edgewater Mall is the place to be. Jump off wall-to-wall trampolines, dunk on the basketball court, or conquer the warrior course. Sky Zone Biloxi truly has something for everyone. And now, you can celebrate big with our newly upgraded birthday party packages to make their special day unforgettable. Get ready to jump, play, and soar higher than ever at Sky Zone Biloxi.
Looking for your next ride? Get more at Matt Bowers Hyundai Gulfport. Every new Hyundai comes with Matt's lifetime powertrain warranty on top of Hyundai's America's Best warranty and owner assurance. No one on the coast offers more, so why go anywhere else? Visit us today during the Getaway Sales event happening now just off Lorraine Road north of I-10. Official sponsor of your Biloxi Breakers.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai, Gulfport.
Ben & Jerry's is serving up true ice cream euphoria inside the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Biloxi. You're sure to find your new favorite among more than 34 flavors. Let us scoop yours in one of our freshly baked waffle cones. Ben & Jerry's at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Biloxi, where euphoria awaits.
Fly in for a daiquiri that scores every time. Mile High Daiquiris is an aviation-themed daiquiri shop and the official daiquiri of the Biloxi Breakers. Open 7 days a week and offering 15 refreshing flavors, jello shots, beer, and even a non-alcoholic daiquiri. They supply mobile daiquiris for weddings, birthday parties, and events. Only 4.6 miles west of the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. Grab your crew and come try the best daiquiris on the Gulf Coast where flavor takes flight. Become a frequent flyer at 1107 Cowan Road, Suite B, Gulfport.
At Superior Optical Lab, we're proud to be certified as a service-disabled, veteran-owned small business and to provide quality eyewear to veterans to whom we all owe our freedom. Thank you for your service.
Recharge your body. Reset your mind. Revive your spirit. At Revive and Thrive, every detail is designed to elevate your recovery and well-being. Unwind in our serene salt therapy room and float suite. Awaken your senses with the benefits of cold water immersion. Then, step into a custom-built sauna featuring soft Himalayan salt lighting for athletes, adventurers, and anyone ready to unlock the power of recovery. Discover the difference at reviveandthrivems.com.
Coastal Prints is a brand new business on the coast specializing in screen printing, embroidery, and promotional items. Being local and with 30 plus years of experience, Coastal Prints carries all the hottest clothing brands and thousands of promotional items. Uniforms, workwear, hats, drinkware, coolers, tchotchkes, and much more. Coastal Prints will make your brand and logo stand out. Come see the new showroom on Seaway Road in Gulfport or visit coastalprints.com or call 228-COASTAL.
The Mississippi Gulf Coast is where community and teamwork come together, on and off the ice. Fosi Residential is proud to support the Biloxi Breakers as they bring the heat to the rink this season. Fosi Residential manages 3 unique apartment communities along the coast, each offering modern finishes, resort-style amenities, and a location that puts coastal living right at your doorstep. Ready to find your community? Visit foshiresidential.com/Biloxi Breakers for more information.
Every new Hyundai from Matt Bowers comes with Matt's lifetime warranty included. That's in addition to Hyundai's America's Best Warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, and Hyundai Owner Assurance. You get both warranties, making a new Hyundai from Matt Bowers an excellent value. Come visit us today during the Getaway Sales event at our new showroom just off Lorraine Road north of I-10 in Gulfport.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai, Gulfport.
When injury knocks you out, Bienvo Orthopedic Specialists will be there for you every step of the way. We are here to get you back in the game, back in motion, back to your life. Our elite team of orthopedic specialists will work side by side with you, educating you about your treatment plan, utilizing advanced technology, and providing you with a successful path to recovery. Bienville Orthopedic Specialists. We will get you back.
When things heat up, you don't just want a cold one. You want the coldest one. The cold lagered, cold filtered, cold packaged one. Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
Hello out there, we're on the air. It's hockey night tonight. Tension grows, the whistle blows, and the puck goes down the ice. The goalie jumps and the players bump and the fans all go insane. Someone roars, Bobby scores at the good old hockey game. Oh, the good old hockey game is the best game you can name. And the best game you can name is the good old hockey game. Where players dash, the skates a flash, the home team trails behind. But they grab the puck and go bursting up and they're down across the line. They storm the crease like bumblebees, they travel like a burning flame. We see them slide the puck inside, it's the good old hockey game.
And we're back along with you, Devin Dobeck with you, that is, out of our Chick-fil-A at the Edgewater Mall. First intermission, we get ready for our Aaron's second period of action here. Let's take you through our intermission summary with names. It was an interesting one to say the least. I don't know why that won't update to 2. Bear with us here. As I have it online, it says 2, but sometimes we've been having connectivity issues, and that was something even going on with the replay review. The score should say 2-0. TJ Sneath on the power play at the 7-minute mark with his 11th made it 1-0. Then Scott Koash with his 15th inside the final minute made it 2-0. Bernard with 8 saves on the 8 shots he's faced. Rahul Sharma with a 30-pack in the opening frame. He was excellent, but the Breakers need more offense. Our intermission numbers look like this. 2-0 Scarecrows, shots 32-8. On the power play, Topeka 1 for 1. Breakers are 0 for 1, and 4 penalty minutes aside. Another 30 seconds on the clock here before we get going. Mitch Arbaugh took the liberty of making a nice intro video that's playing on the Jumbotron ahead of period 2. But it was a frame that was all Scarecrows, to say the least. Sharma has been everywhere, and he's the reason it's not 5-0 right now. Some interesting scores around the league, as I'm sure you had a chance to see, including Watertown hanging up a touchdown against the Danbury Hat-Tricks on the road. They're just in the second period, too.
The second period starts now. Get on your feet and let's make some noise for your Breakers.
Mitch Arbaugh firing up the Coliseum as we get ready for our ensuing draw. It will be Lucchese and TJ Sneath on the draw. It's won by Topeka, and Gagnon will skate it back through his own end. Up ahead to Scott Koash. He's rubbed off the puck by Don Heaven Veyu. Veyu looking for a drop pass for Lucchese. That set up one of the goals last night. Looking for a carbon copy, similar place. Koash quick shot is held into the glove of Rahul Sharma. Makes another save there. And it looks like he was a little slow to get up. Now we'll go for his typical lap, and appears to be all smiles as well. Not sure what the message could have been from Charlie Pens in the locker room after the conclusion of the opening 20. The most shots they've given up in a single frame all season with 32 for Topeka. Sharma's facing pretty much more than one a minute, about a shot and a half every minute of game time. Now back into the zone. Lucchese's shot blockered away by Bernard. Chases zone rebound. It rattles around in the wall with Gagnon right there. Then Veyu in to a scrum. 2-on-2. Koash and Veyu continue to battle. Finally, Lucchese popped it out, but Koash flips it to center. Mullins, little trouble collecting it. Now stretches it ahead to Lucchese. On over to Veyu. Veyu looking for a shot, and Bernard makes the save there. Banked past Chris Stowe, back into Rahul Sharma's end, and the Breakers will settle for the icing. Draw will retreat back to Sammy Bernard's end. Trey Fisher gliding into the face-off circle to do it with Trevor Grasby. And it's won by Fisher this time. Pikarczyk wheeling one in the direction of Bernard, goes wide on the blocker's side. Spinelli pinching down low to hold the line. And Wilson's able to win it, but not get it out. Charbonneau, nice job to pin it against the wall. Fisher looking five-hole. Bernard, another quick save. Gagnon with Pikarczyk right there with him. Comes all the way around, and finally a shot back out into the neutral zone. Fisher colliding with Wilson behind the play. Quick shot by Cam Clark is saved by Sharma again. Spinelli up ahead to Charbonneau. Charbonneau dumping it ahead for Pikarczyk to track down. Back looking for Charbonneau on the spinning feed. Missed the blade of his stick, and Topeka back in control. Over 2 minutes gone by here in period two. Nice hit by Trey Fisher on Connor Lind as the puck is iced. And with 17:55 to go, another offensive zone draw for the Breakers. It's Ben and Jerry's at the Hard Rock Cafe icing. Breakers have been held scoreless thus far tonight. Shots are 3-3 to begin period number two here. Davidson down low, able to win a puck battle. Out to the point, gets it to Flanagan. He got handcuffed, and now here comes Topeka. Cam Clark leading a 3-on-1 charge, shooting one. Save off the shoulder of Sharma. Rahul Sharma called upon again, and he answers. Flanagan for Nerland, a 3-on-1 for Biloxi now. Nerland carrying it himself, wipes out Blaisdell. Nerland to Royer. Royer in front looking for Davidson. Loose puck backhanded in, and Bernard gloves it down. Aldi Nerland elected to skate it into the zone himself, and the 3-on-1 doesn't get a high scoring chance as much as they would have liked. Veyu will take this face-off. Opposite of Corey Checo. It's won by Veyu out to Lucchese. His shot deflects to the near side corner. Up ahead, Bird. Steps by Leonard. Avery Smith takes a check from Fabian Leonard and dumps the puck in deep. Checo. And Christo in a scrum below the wall. Leonard. Backhanding one up for Thornton. Thornton shooting one ahead for Veyu. 2-on-1 coming. Veyu and Lucchese. Saucer pass to Lucchese, and he missed the net. Trying to go blocker side. Lucchese's had the scoring touches of late, but that time just offline on what could have been a goal for Biloxi. Christo applying some pressure down low. Puck comes all the way back for Bernard. He'll hold on to it and backhand it around to the near side for Lair Patakin. Up to the blue line. And now here comes Checo. Dropping one back for Wilson. His shot, he scores. Elijah Wilson with a catch and release above the near circle. Snipes one over the blocker's side of Sharma, and Topeka's made it 3-0. It's been all Scarecrows tonight. They've tripled the Breakers' shot totals, out shooting them 37-12 after Biloxi let in shots last night, but both teams cracked into the mid-40s. And so the workload grows for Charlie Penn's group as Fisher wins the next face-off. Mullins on to Spinelli. Back up for Pikarczyk, entering with Charbonneau. His shot deflects up and into the bleachers. Looked like Van might have been sleeping a little bit. As it comes right by the seats, everybody's okay. The Fisher line set to do it again. Charbonneau glides to the top of the circle in the shooting position. Spinelli down a little bit lower as well, but none of that matters as Topeka wins the faceoff. Spinelli banking one for Fisher. He will shoot it off the corner. Charbonneau's centering feed might have tipped off the blade of Fisher, but he thought it was going to be cut off by Norwinski. And Topeka tilts the ice the other direction. Wilson over to Koash. He hit the crossbar and it goes out. Post is Sharma's best friend here tonight, although he's made a lot of saves to help out his own effort. 4.5 minutes gone by here in period number 2. Fisher up ahead to Charbonneau. Charbonneau over the blue line, shooting one. It goes just wide on the blocker's side of Bernard. Then Fisher tried to line up Koch, might have caught the most of that one or got a high stick down low. Clark somehow missed the net. Sharma might have popped that one airborne, so went over the net. If he did, a big time save that was. Grasby gives it away to Fisher. Fisher's getting sandwiched between two Scarecrows, but not before he gets rid of the puck. Charbonneau up ahead to Davidson. Davidson protecting it. Then gives it away to Clark. Clark, towards the end of his shift, will barrel back down the other way, a little bit fatigued. On to Lynn. Lynn shoots one. Goes off the glass and all the way around the wall. Back in transition, a 3-on-2 for the Breakers. Royer, closed off by Patakin, takes the puck now below the end line. And Patakin finishes his hit to knock the puck away eventually from Royer. Grasby. Back into the middle for Clark. Backhanded feed. Clangs around to Rahul Sharma. And with 14-17 to go, we have another media timeout. We will take it. Breakers trailing by 3. Topeka with a lone goal in period 2. Back in a moment on Breakers TV.
Let's welcome back to the ice.
When injury knocks you out, Bienvo Orthopedic Specialists will be there for you every step of the way. We are here to get you back in the game, back in motion, back to your life. Our elite team of orthopedic specialists will work side by side with you, educating you about your treatment plan, utilizing advanced technology, and providing you with a successful path to recovery. Bienville Orthopedic Specialists. We will get you back.
.17 to go here in period number 2. Devin Dobek along with you on Breakers TV on YouTube and on 106.3 Super Talk Mississippi FM. Breakers trying to build their offense back into this contest. They have 5 shots here to begin period 2 in the opening 6 minutes or so. Checo's shot saved by Sharma. The second chance effort by Smith goes wide. Here's Carter Thornton, the former Scarecrow who should have been the game's first star last night, but because of his number trouble with 68 and 86 both being worn by him, they thought it was Aldi Nerland who was the first star, although he had just the goal. Thornton had 3 points. Here's Thornton himself, backhanding one for Luke Casey into the middle. Thornton tried to tip it home, and Bernard able to gobble that one up. 13:44 to go, another whistle and a face-off.
All right, ladies, let's do it.
Forgot to mention last night, but unfortunately the Brett Riley era has come to an end. Brett, the assistant coach, back behind the bench, but suited up due to limited numbers for the Breakers last weekend against Topeka. Congratulations to Brett on adding a few more games to his Elite Prospects page, and pretty cool moment he got to share with his sons Finn and Axel in the house, as well as his daughter. As Sharma with another big-time save. There's a hard collision down in the wall. Declan Flanagan slow to get up. Sharma goes to check on him as well. Sharma gets a warm ovation, cued by Mitch Arbaugh. And we'll see if Flanagan's okay. He's currently still down on one knee. Looks like Flanny is going to be all right as he slowly goes off to the bench. Gracie Parker down on the wall to make sure she didn't have to get a quick little escort down to Flanagan in the corner. But he is okay. Parker will look at him now down on the bench. These trainers do so much for the Breakers organization. At practice just about every day, working on the guys, helping them rehab and recover in any which way. Here's a quick shot from Christo, save made by Bernard. Demetris Christo almost found his first with his new team there. Had a great area to shoot as Sharma makes another quick save on Sneath's shot. Koash runs Fisher hard into the wall. He's been on the receiving end of a few. Christo locking up with Koash. Koash, tenacious effort to stick with the puck. Shoves off Christo. Gagnon at the blue line keeps it in despite the pressure of Charbonneau. And finally Fisher back in control of it with Koch flanking him. He breaks it out to Spinelli. Spinelli trying to find the sport mode, and he's wiped out by Koch. Up into the skates of Christo now. Here's Grasby. Out to Fisher. Fisher will shoot it ahead. Grasby floating one down low. Clark spinning one on goal. And it was blocked by Spinelli. Grasby down low again. Topeka with all the zone time they could ask for. Nerland got constricted, or restricted, I should say, from getting to the puck. And finally it'll be shot in once more. 8 minutes gone by here, period 2. 3-0, Scarecrows lead it. Davidson deflects the Blaisdell pass, but it still is able to leak through to Connor Lind. Lind back the other way for Cam Clark. Clark avoids the hit of Davidson, but loses possession. Nerland back to work, gets it to Davidson. Can't dance through Grasby. Leonard cuts off Grasby. 77 on 77 there. Former Watertown Wolves. Connor Lind through center. And through the breaker crest at center ice. Sends it to the near side. Nerland turns back into his own end and will play it around the wall for Leonard. Leonard avoids a big hit from Cam Clark and very easily plays it for Connor Mullins. Mullins, little trouble handling it on the wall. Boston Bird in pursuit of the puck. Leonard darts back to the near side and will begin the charge. Saucer pass on over to Royer. Royer trying to find it where he can shoot it, and it just creeps in through all the legs and traffic in front down to Bernard, and he'll hang on to that one. 11:04 remaining in period 2. Scarecrows out shooting the Breakers 40-16 in the contest, but Biloxi hanging with them here in period 2. Shots locked up at 8 aside. Lucchese with Veilleux in the shooting position. Spinner pinches down low. Veilleux's quick shot deflected off the leg of, I believe, Avery Smith or Boston Bird. Now Lucchese tried to toe drag his way to the top of the key. Keeps the puck in somehow for Veilleux. Veilleux hits the brakes. The rookie back over to Flanagan. His shot missed everything. Thornton takes the rebound off the wall. Dances through a couple Scarecrows. Cutting to the net and couldn't release it. Spinelli on goal. Save Bernard. Couple good efforts by Carter Thornton and Brendan Spinelli there, but still the Breakers can't crack Bernard. Checo's drive. Misses everything, takes a funky bounce off the stanchion. Bird back out to Gagnon. His shot tipped in front. Smith collects the rebound. And now Spinelli will zig and zag his way back around to get the puck to Thornton. Out to Veilleux. Veilleux fighting at the blue line to maintain control. He does. Snapping one to Thornton, who stayed onside. Tries a stick lift of Wilson, who wasn't fooled. Wilson fighting it up to 18. The 16, 17, 18 line out there for the Crows. Sauced ahead for a dump and change for Gagnon, who will glide over to the Topeka bench. Mullins sweeping it across the defensive zone to Christo. It's shot in deep. They'll wave off icing. Charbonneau takes a big hit as a result of winning the race. Pikarczyk in the center ice zone gets to Christo, up ahead to Fisher, who will flip it in deep. Across the midway point here in this hockey game. 9 minutes, 20 seconds to go. Scarecrows lead it by 3. Fisher with a shoulder check into the back of Scott Koash. Mullins quickly up ahead to the tape of Pikarczyk, who taps it into Bernard, who will hop on that one. And with 9:09, we head into our second media timeout of the frame. Breakers trailing by 3. We'll be back in a splash.
Recharge your body. Reset your mind. Revive your spirit. At Revive and Thrive, every detail is designed to elevate your recovery and well-being. Unwind in our serene salt therapy room and float suite. Awaken your senses with the benefits of cold water immersion. Then, step into a custom-built sauna featuring soft Himalayan salt lighting for athletes, adventurers, and anyone ready to unlock the power of recovery. Discover the difference at reviveandthrivems.com.
Coastal Prints is a brand new business on the coast specializing in screen printing, embroidery, and promotional items. Being local and with 30 plus years of experience, Coastal Prints carries all the hottest clothing brands and thousands of promotional items. Uniforms, workwear, hats, drinkware, coolers, tchotchkes, and much more. Coastal Prints will make your brand and logo stand out. Come see the new showroom on Seaway Road in Gulfport or visit coastalprints.com or call 228-COASTAL.
When things heat up, you don't just want a cold one. You want the coldest one. The cold lagered, cold filtered, cold packaged one. Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
To go here, period 2. Shots 40 to 18, Scarecrows. They lead 3-0 here on Breakers TV. Fun night of hockey thus far. Breakers offense still waiting to get going. Behind the play at center, TJ Sneap and the referee having a conversation off your screen. Finally, Sneap gets back and Cowboys over the wall. And we'll get ready for the next face-off. It is dropped. Royer pushed forward. Topeka wins it. Goes around the wall to Hugo Koch, leaking over his stick to Spinelli, who immediately fires it back in. Gagnon saucing one ahead. Dribbling puck is settled by Hugo Koch. Koch driving into Sharma. Leonard pushed it back into Sharma so they could get a whistle. Hugo Koch on the net drive. Certainly looked like there was going to be an ugly collision looming. Once the breaker back checker was behind him, you never want to see a shove, and then Sharma could have got flattened. He's been run twice already in the contest. Once in each period. Nerland makes a quick deke behind the goal to get away from Cam Clark, and now he will shoot it in to go chase himself. Nerland picks up his own dump in, looking to ladle one in front. Pass was deflected. Both him and a Scarecrow go down. It's Trevor Grasby. Here comes Gagnon, sweeping it to his forehand with his glove. Gagnon all the way around, centering one, and it pops up. Davidson fights it back for Nerland. Nerland with a little bit of time and space, looking for a lane, holding it at the top in the near corner. Leonard wrapping it around, takes a funky bounce, backhanded on goal by Davidson. Davidson with 5 goals in his last 4 games. I said that stat not necessarily wrong last night. I said he's scored in 4 of his last 5, which is also true, but he's scored in 4 straight and he's got 5 of them. Davidson shooting another into the chest of Bernard, and he'll throw the trapper on that one. 7:49 remaining in the second. Another face-off.
Bottom of section 12 for my new little friends right here. Let's do it, boys. Break. Break. Breaker.
Danger McQueen trying to get a chant emerging here inside the Coast Coliseum. And finally, the draw will be won by Topeka. Bird slow to get up after a quick run in with Donheaven Veyu. Banked back out to center. Lucchese catches it, beginning the 2-on-2 charge. He shoots it into the corner. And going down behind the line is Veyu. Comes out to Flanagan. Flanagan had his shot blocked by Smith. Shooting another one, redirected by Lucchese. Then fighting to get it back on goal. It misses. Thornton taken down by Corey Checo. It's a turnover. 2-on-1 for Avery Smith and Bird. And now we're going to get a late penalty call. And it looks like the Breakers are going to head to the power play with 7:03 to go. Corey Checo will be sent to the box. It's a holding call on Checo. So 2 minutes on the power play clock. Breakers are 0 for 1 on the walk-ons power play here tonight. So here you go, a chance to pull to within 2 on the power play here. Fisher and Sneath will do it. It's tied up by Fisher, and finally Charbonneau able to skate it out to the point. Charbonneau's quick shot saved Bernard, and he kicks it right up into his glove and settles it for the official. 6:56 to go in period 2.
Your Breakers are on a walk-on.
Fisher, Charbonneau, Pikarczyk, Mullins, and Flanagan, the 5 out there for Charlie Pens. Mullins a little trouble keeping it in, and the Breakers will have to tag up. For the Scarecrows, Clark, Sneath, Lind, and Blaisdell, the killers. Breakers surrendered 2 shorthanded goals last night. They've given up the most in the FPHL this season, double digits. Fisher with Lind harassing him, finally goes back to the near side for Mullins to the backhand of Charbonneau. Charbonneau goes through Blaisdell, cutting through to the middle, and Bernard will leap on that one once again. Another face-off will get ready to go on tap. Royer lining in to take it against Grasby, and he's able to win it out to Nerland. On for Christo's drive into the chest of Bernard and sent back out to Nerland. Nice move by Nerland to shake off Grasby. Holding the puck now. Nerland looking for a lane. Sending one down low. Quickly snap back to him from Royer. Royer showing he wants it. Leonard gets it. Top of the key back for Nerland's drive. Save Bernard again. And he'll hold on to that one. Another 56 seconds left to go on Checo's minor. If you haven't had a chance to check out our Mardi Gras jerseys, go to our social media, scroll down just a little bit, and you'll see them. They're available for pre-order now through January 13th at 5 p.m. They will be in here in time for all the festivities coming up in February, and the Breakers will be wearing those on both the 12th and 13th. So have a chance to get yours now. Nerland back in possession. Royer was darting down to the goal, wanting the pass. Nerland didn't see him. Koash now shorthanded around Christo. Through the leg shot is saved by Sharma. Shots 42-23 Scarecrows. They still lead at 3-0. Another 5:25 to go here, period 2. Final 20 seconds of Checo's penalty will continue to tick off the clock. Flanagan taking the cleared puck. Royer back over to Nerland. Long shift for Nerland. He will send one down low for Pikarczyk. He's able to reel it in. Out to Nerland again. Nerland back out looking for Spinelli. Spinelli off the wall as the Scarecrows return to full strength. It's now Pikarczyk again. Back down low for Royer. Royer got jammed up trying to get rid of the puck. 4 minutes, 50 seconds to go, period 2. Here comes Clark on a cross. Holding and shooting is Sneath. Save made by Sharma. And Charbonneau will go back the other way, looking for a chance of his own on goal into the mitt of Bernard. He'll hold for the media timeout. He's been sharp. Sammy Bernard, 24 saves tonight. As we go back to break, we'll be back. 3-0.
The Mississippi Gulf Coast is where community and teamwork come together, on and off the ice. Fosi Residential is proud to support the Biloxi Breakers as they bring the heat to the rink this season. Fosi Residential manages 3 unique apartment communities along the coast, each offering modern finishes, resort-style amenities, and a location that puts coastal living right at your doorstep. Ready to find your community? Visit foshiresidential.com/Biloxi Breakers for more information.
At Superior Optical Lab, we're proud to be certified as a service-disabled, veteran-owned small business and to provide quality eyewear to veterans to whom we all owe our freedom. Thank you for your service.
They just welcomed the Wounded Warrior Project into the arena as one of the groups here inside Breaker Bay tonight. We do appreciate everything that they do to help our veterans, and we of course love and cherish everyone who is serving our country, and especially those who've paid the ultimate sacrifice to defend our freedoms and allow us to do what we love here, including FPHL action. Lucchese's quick shot. Big pad save by Sammy Bernard made that one look a lot easier than it was. Then Lucchese's run into by Tyler Inlow. Flanagan over to Carter Thornton. Thornton throws it into the boots of Inlow, kicking it back to Mullins. Mullins stop and go, looking to break it out of the zone. Gives to Thornton with room. He'll take it. Thornton shooting one and tried to take it with him. O'Reilly got high sticked. He grabs his face and will head off to the bench. He looks to be in some pain. Mullins bumping one ahead for Thornton. O'Reilly bumped into him. Here's Veilleux using his hand to take the puck into the zone, and it'll now be Tyler Inlow back with it. Here's O'Reilly entering across the line. Got held up for a moment, and Davidson will go back the other way. Davidson slicing his way in through the middle. Tried to put it through the legs of Gagnon, and he wasn't fooled. Grasby back out to center. Clark at the blue line has it. Gagnon streaking far side in front. Gagnon tips it over the goal. Royer. Quick shot from Clark. Rebound, another save made on Koch's second effort. Now Nerland. Give and go with Darius Davidson. Davidson shooting one. That goes wide on the glove side of Bernard. And now here comes an icing call at 2:49 to go. Score still 3-0 Topeka. Breakers do have 17 shots here in this second period. Bernard's just had himself a hockey game thus far. Still looking for his first shutout of the season. He's 23 minutes of regulation time away from doing so. Topeka in the frame has 13 shots of their own, so Breakers actually leading in that department here in the middle chapter, but Topeka with the only goal in the frame. Here's Clark shooting one across in the direction of Koch. Koch and Mullins go shoulder to shoulder. It comes out to Gagnon on a cross. Norwinski's shot is gloved by Sharma as Christo's taken down with 2.5 minutes to go. Trey Fisher and Corey Checo ready to do it in the Breakers' end. We will rock you, getting the people up and loud here inside the Coliseum. Mullins out of his own end, up to Charbonneau, banked with his backhand ahead for his roommate Pikarczyk. Pikarczyk backhanding one down low. Charbonneau in pursuit with Norwinski right there with him. Fisher pulls it out of the traffic, and now we'll give it back to Pikarczyk. He takes a hit from Gagnon. Gagnon looking to play the puck out of his own end, shooting it, looking to get it out of the zone. It finds its way to Smith, who will complete the task, sending it all the way ahead. There's a 5-man scrum down in the corner. Fisher drops back in front of Sharma, and Topeka chips the puck out. Stapled into the wall is Charbonneau. He eventually is thrown down by Checo. Charbonneau trying to get back up to his feet. Christo gets it to Spinelli, and now he will fire down the other way, looking to go around Blaisdell. Blaisdell knocks him off the puck. Comes out to Fisher. Nice stick lift by Fisher, and then lost it looking to complete the deke. Flanagan saucering one for Spinelli. Banked out to center, looking for Luke Casey. Spinelli gets it back after the initial pass. Thornton tipping it past Connor Lynn. Now will hit the brakes, looking to curl the puck to the middle. Nice pass, Veilleux tried to finish, still looking for his first as a pro. Thornton looking in front for Veilleux. Bernard denied it with a paddle. Good shift for Biloxi in the closing moments of period number 2. Just 50 seconds left, but still being held off the scoreboard. Out at the point, here's Gagnon. Shooting one into Sharma, and he makes another couple quick saves with exactly 40 seconds left. Royer and Grasby, or Royer and Sneath, I should say, will do it. It's won by Topeka. Gagnon spinning around so he can backhand it down low. Here's Elijah Wilson in a scrum in the corner. 30 seconds left. Royer with Sneath giving him a few stick checks. Able to work it on over to Nerland. Nerland over the line, dropping one back. Royer stayed on side, but passed just out of his reach. Now on the wall, here's Nerland. Nerland outside the circle, looking for a lane. Shooting one in front, tipped, and Bernard almost was crossed up by that one. Topeka, one last push with 3 seconds to go. Wilson walking in, looking for Sneath, and the clock will hit triple zeros with the score. The Scarecrows 3 and the Breakers nothing. Rahul Sharma with 45 saves already through 40 minutes. Breakers did get their shot total up with 19 in the second period, but still nothing to show for their efforts. We're going to head into our second intermission of play. Breakers trailing by 3. We'll be back in a moment for the final 20 right here on Breakers TV.
Strength isn't built in a single race. It's earned, mile after mile, pedal after pedal, step after step. The same endurance that drives athletes to the finish line fuels the steady hands and sharp focus required in surgery. It's about resilience, precision, and commitment, in competition and in the operating room. Because true performance means showing up with excellence, no matter the arena.
Looking for non-stop fun? Sky Zone Biloxi at the Edgewater Mall is the place to be. Jump off wall-to-wall trampolines, dunk on the basketball court, or conquer the warrior course. Sky Zone Biloxi truly has something for everyone. And now, you can celebrate big with our newly upgraded birthday party packages to make their special day unforgettable. Get ready to jump, play, and soar higher than ever at Sky Zone Biloxi.
Looking for your next ride? Get more at Matt Bowers Hyundai Gulfport. Every new Hyundai comes with Matt's lifetime powertrain warranty on top of Hyundai's America's Best warranty and owner assurance. No one on the coast offers more, so why go anywhere else? Visit us today during the Getaway Sales event happening now just off Lorraine Road north of I-10. Official sponsor of your Biloxi Breakers.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai, Gulfport.
Ben & Jerry's is serving up true ice cream euphoria inside the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Biloxi. You're sure to find your new favorite among more than 34 flavors. Let us scoop yours in one of our freshly baked waffle cones. Ben & Jerry's at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Biloxi, where euphoria awaits.
Fly in for a daiquiri that scores every time. Mile High Daiquiris is an aviation-themed daiquiri shop and the official daiquiri of the Biloxi Breakers. Open 7 days a week and offering 15 refreshing flavors, jello shots, beer, and even a non-alcoholic daiquiri. They supply mobile daiquiris for weddings, birthday parties, and events. Only 4.6 miles west of the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. Grab your crew and come try the best daiquiris on the Gulf Coast where flavor takes flight. Become a frequent flyer at 1107 Cowan Road, Suite B, Gulfport.
At Superior Optical Lab, we're proud to be certified as a service-disabled, veteran-owned small business and to provide quality eyewear to veterans to whom we all owe our freedom. Thank you for your service.
Recharge your body. Reset your mind. Revive your spirit. At Revive and Thrive, every detail is designed to elevate your recovery and well-being. Unwind in our serene salt therapy room and float suite. Awaken your senses with the benefits of cold water immersion. Then, step into a custom-built sauna featuring soft Himalayan salt lighting for athletes, adventurers, and anyone ready to unlock the power of recovery. Discover the difference at reviveandthrivems.com.
Coastal Prints is a brand new business on the coast specializing in screen printing, embroidery, and promotional items. Being local and with 30 plus years of experience, Coastal Prints carries all the hottest clothing brands and thousands of promotional items. Uniforms, workwear, hats, drinkware, coolers, tchotchkes, and much more. Coastal Prints will make your brand and logo stand out. Come see the new showroom on Seaway Road in Gulfport or visit coastalprints.com or call 228-COASTAL.
The Mississippi Gulf Coast is where community and teamwork come together, on and off the ice. Fosi Residential is proud to support the Biloxi Breakers as they bring the heat to the rink this season. Fosi Residential manages 3 unique apartment communities along the coast, each offering modern finishes, resort-style amenities, and a location that puts coastal living right at your doorstep. Ready to find your community? Visit foshiresidential.com/Biloxi Breakers for more information.
Every new Hyundai from Matt Bowers comes with Matt's lifetime warranty included. That's in addition to Hyundai's America's Best Warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, and Hyundai Owner Assurance. You get both warranties, making a new Hyundai from Matt Bowers an excellent value. Come visit us today during the Getaway Sales event at our new showroom just off Lorraine Road north of I-10 in Gulfport.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai, Gulfport.
When injury knocks you out, Bienville Orthopedic Specialists will be there for you every step of the way. We are here to get you back in the game, back in motion, back to your life. Our elite team of orthopedic specialists will work side by side with you, educating you about your treatment plan, utilizing advanced technology, and providing you with a successful path to recovery. Bienville Orthopedic Specialists. We will get you back.
When things heat up, you don't just want a cold one. You want the coldest one. The cold lagered, cold filtered, cold packaged one. Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
Hello out there, we're on the air. It's hockey night tonight. Tension grows, the whistle blows, and the puck goes down the ice. The goalie jumps and the players bump and the fans all go insane. Someone roars, Bobby scores at the good old hockey game. Oh, the good old hockey game is the best game you can name. And the best game you can name is the good old hockey game. Where players dash, the skates so flash, the home team trails behind. But they grab the puck and go bursting up and they're down across the line. They storm the crease like bumblebees, they travel like a burning flame. We see them slide the puck inside, it's a good old hockey game.
So heading into this season, you signed with the Twin City Thunderbirds in the offseason for training camp. Your old pal Lester, who was running the show in Indiana at the time, trades for you. You become a Sentinel and spend 10 games there. Take us briefly through that experience playing with now your second team, and of course we know they had a very interesting start to the season. They've really gotten it going under Everett Thompson's leadership now, but take us through those first 10 games and basically what was going on.
Yeah,
as far as the hockey and things.
As far as the hockey goes, it's the same thing as Danville. You're getting a new club. It's a brand new set of guys where most of them never played together. And most teams in this league, you're going to have your core guys coming back every year. You're bringing in new pieces, but they're starting from scratch. And obviously, you're going to have you're going to need some training wheels going there. But it's hard to really get her going right off the bat when you have a group of 18, 19, 20 guys who are still learning to play together, learning a new system, new town, new everything. And I'm happy for all the guys there that they have turned it around. That's huge for them because end of the day, you still hope for the best for your old teammates and everything. And there's no ill will, no bad blood there. Just wasn't the opportunity and spot for me. And that's the same thing where maybe like just simple as the idea of like maybe a flower won't grow as much in one spot compared to a different spot.
Right. And so I was fortunate enough, I believe we're into November of this year now, going in chronological order. And Coach Pence was nice enough to let me give you the call and say that we can make you a breaker, which was pretty special after spending last season together to be able to give you a call and say, hey, you know, like we'd love to give you a shot and come down here. Take us through your emotions when you realized you were going to be coming down to Biloxi and signing with another team.
I was happy it wasn't the end of the road for this season for me. It was definitely, I think it was around 4 or 5 o'clock, and I was already planning on leaving town that night anyways. But just getting the call, I'm like, well, that's another 11-hour drive coming up for me. But no, I was pretty fired up. I literally so excited. I packed up and started driving down that night. I didn't care about the time or what it was. I just packed up and left.
Yeah, you gotta love it when you get so excited for something. You get that tunnel vision for it. But moving on here through your time with the Breakers, so how would you describe your role on this team? We've seen you at forward, we've seen you defense, we've seen you fight, we've seen you score points. How would you put your finger on the role that you have, and how does it positively impact the team?
At this point, when I first came down, it was more, not a goon per se, but just more protect the guys, play simple, hard D, and that kind of evolved into being a bit of a Swiss Army knife of we need this done, go do it. We need points, go get points. We need a fight, go fight. Oh, sorry. But, yeah, that kind of turned into, we need to play forward tonight. Okay, mid-game playing forwards. Go back on D for a few shifts. All right, kind of whatever you need, I have no problem doing. Just happy to help out wherever I can.
Yeah, you made your presence felt pretty soon when you jumped into that line brawl with your new teammates and took out a couple of the captain Tyler Larwood's teeth in Baton Rouge. I mean, holy cow, what a roller coaster of emotions it must be within a fight. But I mean, sticking up for your teammates, that had to be pretty cool. You've had to do it a couple times here, and what do you make of the physical side of play? Like sticking up for your teammates by dropping the gloves, what impact do you make on them?
I think for teammates wise, I hope it gets them fired up, gets them going, maybe turns the tide of the game for the shift momentum. And I also just want them to know that it doesn't matter who it is. Like say the biggest guy on their team hits one of our guys from behind, I'm gonna grab him and give him some business there. But it's just more, I want them to know that I'm always gonna have her back. It doesn't matter who on our team gets hit or whatever happens. If I can step in and be a provider and be some sort of protection or just anything for that, that's one thing I pride myself on.
Then finally, all of your trench work was rewarded. You scored your first professional goal, coming up close to your 60th professional game. Take us through that. You score your first goal on the road in Monroe. Floor is yours.
Yeah, for that one, it was a forward game for me, but it was just the same thing I said earlier, of just a simple style of hockey. I just took it around the net and just simple cycle. And honestly, I'd give 80% of the credit of that goal for Infantino. If he didn't give me that pass from behind the net, it's no shot I was going to bury it because I would have got the pass. But it was just really good heads-up play from him. Hit me right on the tape, and it was just an easy tap-in from there.
Shifting now into the area. So you've played in Danville, Illinois. You've played in Columbus, Indiana. You've played up in Canada. Now you find yourself down in a warm spot in Biloxi. I think one of the first things you did was spend a day at the beach when you got down here from whatever cold place you're at. But take us through some of the things that you like to do around town or places to see, eat.
Really, I'm just enjoying not having ice storms and a couple feet of snow every day. That's a pretty big one for me. But no, I've been enjoying just hanging out by the pool. Last night, me, Pies, and Decky went out for an Italian restaurant. Got some pizza, chicken parm Sam's, all that stuff. And just experiencing the different delicacies, new places. Checked in a few of the casinos because I've never seen anything like this in my life, having
pretty incredible.
20 casinos side by side by side. But that, having the beach here, it's a really new, cool experience for me.
So you talked about a couple of your teammates, but I want to talk about the coaches before we let you go. What has it been like playing for Charlie Pence Jr., playing for Brett Riley here in Biloxi?
No, it's really cool. It's both of them have been super welcoming, super nice to me. And obviously it's after that fight there, the line brawl, and Baton Rouge there, sorry. There was no forcing me of you're hurt, just play it through. It was like, oh, you're hurt, you're messed up, heal up, get back better, we want you 100%, then you can go back out. There's been no anything bad. They've been super positive, super great, and they're just super supportive. And the big thing too, it's super cool having Brett, the assistant coach, even also being our head strength, conditioning, everything, where like some of the stuff he's teaching us, and we even do for the game, like making sure all our muscles are ready, having everything's prepared, and like everything's firing right. I've never seen that. It's something new, and it's just really cool to experience.
That's awesome. Well, Colt, I always leave it with the player. A message to the fans before we officially sign off on your segment here.
Just stick with us. It's the same thing I said before. There's a lot of people here new to the team, new to everything, and I can see the positives. I hope you guys can too. And we still have half a season left, and I was doing the math on the way here. If we get 5 wins coming up soon, that's almost 15 points there. Like that's a big swing, and that catches us pretty close to 4th place just with that, I'm pretty sure.
All right, so you heard it here. Keep the faith, hang on, we will get there shortly. But Colton, so nice to have you join me here, and I'll be right back to wrap up another episode of Breaker Banter.
Back here out of our Coastal Prince second intermission, we go into our half-shell Oyster House third period. Devin Dobeck along with you. Let's take a look at our game summary through 40 minutes. Topeka leads it 3-0 over the Breakers. They started the scoring 7 minutes exactly into period 1 on the power play. TJ Sneath with his 11th of the year. Then at 19-17 in the closing moments, Scott Koash with his team leading 15th on the rebound makes it 2-0. Into the second period at 3:40, Wilson scores his 14th of the year with a snipe over the shoulder of Rahul Sharma, who otherwise has been exceptional tonight. 45 saves for Rahul Sharma, closing in on a new career high. Sammy Bernard with 27 of his own in pursuit and 20 minutes away from his first shutout of the season. Let's take you through our intermission numbers now. 3-0 Topeka in front, out shooting the Breakers 48-27. 1 for 1 on the power play. Breakers are 0 for 2 and 6 penalty minutes versus 4 through 40 minutes. It's been a relatively clean game, not a whole lot of fights or extracurriculars, but definitely not even close to the amount of offense we had last night, as the teams have returned to the ice. Breakers back from left to right, the Scarecrows from right to left. If you're listening to us on Super Talk Mississippi 106.3 FM. If you're joining us on Breakers TV, happy to be along with you. Breakers in pursuit to try and crack back into this hockey game with a couple goals here in period 3. Attendance tonight up 200 from yesterday at 1650, so a little bit better weather and a good product last night has made this all of a sudden a bigger crowd tonight, but still a little less than average. Topeka a little delayed sending out their starting 5 for period 3. Breakers are ready to go. And it will be the same line Topeka started with, 16, 17, 18 line. Love saying that. Wilson, Sneath, Koash. Norwinski and Gagnon, the pairing. And Royer ties up the third period face-off, and we're underway as Sneath wins it. Here's Gagnon quickly getting it on over for Wilson, who's run into the wall, and the official by Darius Davidson. Sharma throws it into the official, and now here's Koash backhanding one. Sharma the save, rebound, save made by Flanagan, who was down, and we're gonna get a whistle from the officials. Wow. Declan Flanagan laying it all on the line to help out his goaltender to begin period 3. Coming up with a big save of his own. Sharma is going to head over to Mikey Roy on the bench for a quick repair, it appears. Mikey working at light speed, trying to make the repair in time. While we have an extra moment for you, let's take you through the Continental Division standings here on January the 10th. Monroe sits atop everybody, 66 points. Overtime win against the Zydeco last night, and last we checked, they were in front tonight. Athens behind them, but within a game at 64 points. Take a look at those records. Wow, 23-4-0 for Athens. Columbus, 15-9-3, sits in third, followed by PD and Twin City, tied for the 4 and 5 spots that are the final spots in the Continental Division. Breakers are 5 games behind both of those teams for a playoff spot in 7th, and a game behind the Zydeco for 6th. The Empire, a little bit more spread. It looks like this, although 4 through 6 is very interesting. Binghamton with a large 8-game lead, 26-3-0 atop the Empire Division. 18-11-0 is Port Huron for 52. Topeka sits in third. They're 19 and a half minutes away from earning their 17th win, getting up to 47 points. Port Huron's off this weekend. Blue Ridge, Danbury, and Watertown with 35, 34, and 31 points respectively, knotted up. And then Indiana with 21, but on the up and up. They've been playing competitive hockey, sitting in 7th, but still anybody's race for those final few spots in the Empire. Christo back around where Nerland will play it up and out of the zone. Glove down by Gagnon. Davidson tried to lay a hit into him. Gagnon skated away. Grasby on over to Gagnon, mishandled it for a moment. Gagnon now hits the brakes hard, has some room. Across the blue line, gets it to Norwinski. It gets tipped a little bit, looking for Grasby, and Koch will ladle it back down low. Picked up by Clark, swinging around, trying to get a shot away. Carries it out top of the key. Gagnon's drive into the chest of Sharma for a whistle and a face-off. Wait a minute, 2 seconds off the clock in period number 3. The most shots against the Breakers in a single game this season was 58 in Monroe's 9-1 victory over a month ago against the Breakers at the Monroe Civic Center. Topeka currently has 51, so as of now, they're on pace to shatter that total pretty handily, unless the Breakers can tighten up defensively. Pikarczyk looking ahead for Charbonneau. Now it's Corey Checo, and Checo caught offside, so the draw will come out to the dot for the Breakers just outside their blue line, needing some immediate offense here, being shut out. They have been shut out this season. And trying to avoid that same fate here. Last time they were shut out was their 3-0 defeat against the Baton Rouge Zydeco 3 weekends ago. Boston Bird locked up on the wall. Fisher's able to spear it on over to Leonard. Leonard up ahead for Charbonneau. Charbonneau will backhand one to Checo. Leonard throws his weight into Checo, who's able to get the puck deep. Mullins with Smith right there with him. Throws the puck into the corner. Fisher digs it out. Now Smith looking in front for Sneed. Sneed scores. Floating one over the top of the helmet of Rahul Sharma. A defensive zone turnover after a lot of bodies were hitting the ice. Results in a Topeka Scarecrows goal, and they lead it 4-0. So the Breakers' workload will grow. TJ Sneed has made it a dozen on the campaign for him this season. Seven-game point streak for TJ Sneed, extended to 7 here tonight. A guy with nagging injuries throughout his whole career, has spent some time in the SPHL as well as the Federal. Inlow and Smith credited with the assist as Sharma has to make another quick save on a shot from the point. Here's Lucchese skating it out through center, and he will shoot it down below the end line. Gagnon will wrap it all the way around for Koash into the glove of Flanagan and sent in. Gagnon up ahead to Koash. He's all in free. His backhander save made Sharma. Flanagan then taken down by Koash. Whistle will blow as Inlow gathers the puck, and it'll be Scott Koash being booked 2 minutes for a trip. So a walk-ons power play will get ready to go again for Biloxi. On the night, they're 0 for 2. Sneath and Royer on the draw. And Sammy Bernard's end of things. Breakers still without a shot in the opening 2.5 minutes. Nerland thought about one there. Now comes through the circle. Nerland back across. Catch and release from Davidson. Saved by Bernard. Might have even caught a piece of the post. Now Nerland's drive right into the leg of Blaisdell. Royer back on over to Nerland. Nerland searching, gives it back to Royer down low. Now in front, it gets all the way through off the backhand of Flanagan out to center. Flanagan up ahead for Aldi Nerland. Nerland couldn't enter the zone, and Topeka will chip it down. 45 seconds gone by on Scott Coash's minor for tripping. Davidson back to work across the line. Able to dance around Blaisdell, flipping it back up to Nerland. Nerland on his backhand pinches between Grasby and the half wall. Down low to Royer, and Topeka, with the help of Connor Lynn's, able to clear it once more. Brendan Spinelli through the pass a little bit behind Pikarczyk. He will shoot it in deep. Bernard settles it for Gagnon, and Gagnon will rip it down the length. One bounce to the wall. Got that thing up in the air. Mullins up ahead for Pikarczyk. Pikarczyk barreling his way into the O-zone, shooting one. Save made by Bernard. Now Wilson and Charbonneau collide on the half wall. Gagnon digging in the skates of the scrum. Pikarczyk pops it up in the air. Gagnon bumped into by Fisher, and the puck is cleared once more. Another 10 seconds to go on the Coash minor. Spinelli for Charbonneau. Up ahead to Fisher. Fresh out of the box is Coash. Gives him a quick bump. Now a turnover at the blue line. Thornton tapping it into the zone. Norwinski bats it back along to Gagnon. Gagnon will flip it up and back to center. 4-0 Scarecrow lead. 5 minutes gone by here in the third. Shots 53-29 Scarecrows. In the period alone, 5-2 Topeka in the shot department. Veilleux hits the brakes hard. Connor Lind bumps into him. Veilleux still able to play it. Gives it away to Blaisdell, and now Corey Cheka will take it back to the near side. Big hit by Brandon Lucchese on Corey Cheka. Here's Scott Coash working it over to his backhand. Down low into Gretzky's office. Carter Thornton, choo-choo freight train, and then Avery Smith just speared him. I'm not sure if he caught him in the private area. Thornton is grasping there, and Avery Smith will be sent off. If it is a spear, it'll be a match penalty and an automatic suspension. But for now, just immediate timeout. We'll take it back in a moment to Biloxi, 4-0.
Let's welcome back to the ice, your start.
When you think Nissan, think Matt Bowers Nissan d'Iberville, where every new Nissan comes with Matt's lifetime powertrain warranty included. And to keep your new Nissan running well, there's never an appointment needed for express service in our service department. Just stop by for routine maintenance like oil changes, brakes, tires, and batteries. Matt Bowers Nissan is proud to call the coast our home and is proud to sponsor your Biloxi Breakers.
Shop smart. Buy local. Matt Bowers Nissan, South Mississippi, d'Iberville.
Looking for non-stop fun? Sky Zone Biloxi at the Edgewater Mall is the place to be. Jump off wall-to-wall trampolines, dunk on the basketball court, or conquer the warrior course. Sky Zone Biloxi truly has something for everyone. And now, you can celebrate big with our newly upgraded birthday party packages to make their special day unforgettable. Get ready to jump, play, and soar higher than ever at Sky Zone Biloxi.
Walk-On's power play gets ready to go for the 4th time tonight. Breakers are 0 for 3 on their previous 3 power play opportunities after notching a pair of power play goals last night when they made history, setting the franchise record with 8 goals. Drive from Lucchese is saved by Bernard. Connor Lind and Davidson trying to get into it. Lind's got one glove off, asking Davidson if he'd like to dance. Davidson will wait for a new partner or maybe a new situation. Connor Lind, a guy who's always trying to get under an opponent's skin. From what I've heard, is a guy who has quite the chirp arsenal down on the ice. Brandon Lucchese wrapping it all the way around for Declan Flanagan. It's a hooking penalty officially to Avery Smith, so maybe he just hooked him around the waist area as opposed to the spear, which we had initially thought from our vantage point up top. Lucchese, a couple quick moves through the neutral zone, enters cleanly, back to Nerland. Nerland sending one across for a one-timer by Davidson. That was held off. Royer run into the end wall. Bouncing puck couldn't be cleared by Clark. Flanagan back on over looking for Davidson. Down low, it's Royer again, wrapping one all the way around for Lucchese. He's hit into the wall, and nobody at the point for Davidson. Allows the puck to leak all the way through and down towards Sharma. Flanagan sends the puck to Lucchese, a little trouble handling it. Lucchese then shoves Grasby into the Topeka bench, exchanges a few words with the Scarecrows. Robbie Nichols will enter the conversation, and Lucchese still bickering around the stanchion with Boston Bird. But back to the action, away from the benches. Mullins, top of the key. On for Nerland. Down low, Pikarczyk shooting one in front. Fisher looking for a rebound, can't find one, and 12:52 to go. Another face-off will get ready to go. 23 seconds remaining on Smith's minor for hooking. Face-off is won by the Scarecrows, and they're able to clear it. Leonard will begin the charge and pursuit back the other way. Winding his way through the neutral zone and shooting it in all the way around the wall. Picked up by Charbonneau, overskated it for a moment. Norwinski cuts it off, and it's cleared by Koash. That will do it for the Walk-On's power play. Breakers fall 0 for 4 as Sharma covers up that one. 49 shots on goal, or 49 saves for Rahul Sharma, 1 away from that 50 milestone. In the weekend alone, Rahul Sharma has been tasked with making 92 saves already in this 2-game set against the Scarecrows. He's 8 away from 100 in the weekend, which is, albeit a great stat for him personally, not a great stat when you think about the flip side, and that's a lot of Topeka shots on goal, which you'd settle if Sharma only had 5 saves on the weekend and your team had completely tipped the tables. But here's Thornton now back the other way. Thornton wraparound opportunity is shut off by Sammy Bernard. Wilson. And Thornton now back on over to Spinelli, bumped ahead by Lucchese, but turned over. Inside 12 minutes to play in regulation time. Bernard gives it away to Thornton, now looking in the middle for Lucchese. It bleeds out to Christo. Christo throws it into the corner. Thornton centering feed, no one home in the slot, and Topeka will begin a 3-on-2 the other way. Veilleux trying to hop back on the back check. Norwinski's shot, saved by Sharma. That's number 50 for him on the evening. Nerland looking for it as he was cherry picking around the Topeka blue line. Never got through to him on the stretch pass. It's shoveled back down low. Christo hit hard by Corey Checo. Now Nerland will begin the charge. Nerland looking to walk through a Scarecrow and Blaisdell. It comes all the way to Bernard, and with 11:06 to go, another face-off in the Topeka end. Shots are 54-32 Scarecrows. Royer and Checo will do it once more. It's won by the Scarecrows again. Blaisdell shooting it out to center. It's knocked down by Leonard, and he will skate it himself for a moment. Saucer pass doesn't get through to Davidson. Checo in transition the other way. Dropping one back for Bird. Bird's toe drag. Never uncorked the shot. Somehow still with it. Davidson now looking for the errant puck and will stretch it the other way for Nerland. Royer in pursuit on the forecheck as well. Lind in control, then gets bumped by Davidson. Not sure if Royer got a piece of that hit as well. Here's Connor Lind shooting one, and a save is made by Sharma again with 10:29 remaining on the clock. Upcoming schedule for the Breakers looks like this. It'll be Thursday night hockey in the Coliseum, so if you want to kick off your Thursday evening with Breakers hockey, join us 7 o'clock on the 15th, and then Friday the 16th, we'll close out the 6-game homestand before 4 straight on the road with the second place Rock Lobsters for 2 and Columbus for 2 at the Civic Center. As we get a quick whistle as soon as the puck's dropped. Topeka 3 shots away from matching the highest shot total against Biloxi this season. But they scored 9 goals in that effort, did the Moccasins, as opposed to just 4 here tonight. Here's Hugo Koch. Shooting one, save made by Sharma. There's 56, down low. Out to Koch, shooting another one, that time blocked by Spinelli. Fisher tracks down the loose puck and sends it ahead to Spinelli. Spinelli floating one into the corner. Charbonneau will receive and bat it down low for Fisher. Grasby intercepts Veilleux to the tape of Charbonneau, and his pass intended for Spinelli deflects back out to the neutral area. Spinelli back into the offensive zone. Veilleux takes a couple body checks down in the corner, and Topeka chips it back out. 9.5 minutes to go in regulation, as they'll call an icing, and with 9:31 to go, we'll head into our second media timeout of the fray, and Breakers trail by 4, back in a splash.
Fly in for a daiquiri that scores every time. Mile High Daiquiris is an aviation-themed daiquiri shop and the official daiquiri of the Biloxi Breakers. Open 7 days a week and offering 15 refreshing flavors, jello shots, beer, and even a non-alcoholic daiquiri. They supply mobile daiquiris for weddings, birthday parties, and events. Only 4.6 miles west of the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. Grab your crew and come try the best daiquiris on the Gulf Coast where flavor takes flight. Become a frequent flyer at 1107 Cowan Road, Suite B, Gulfport.
Final 9.5 minutes set to go. Rahul Sharma is one off of tying his career high of 53 saves in a game. That came back on April 5th of last season, playing for the Venom against the Blue Ridge Bobcats. This is the 3rd time in his career that he's made 50 saves, as quick drive, rebound, Veilleux tried to bury it and throws his head to the heavens. He can't believe that one didn't go. But Sharma has made 50 saves for the 3rd time in his career, as I mentioned, and 1 more will tie his career high, 2 more will set a new one. So a couple silver linings to watch out for Rahul Sharma fans. Thornton on goal looking for one. Lucchese, a little trouble settling the moving puck. Now Thornton in front again. Veilleux missed the net, looking to go glove side. Didn't get as much tape on it as he would have liked. And now Breakers continue to battle. Puck gets by Declan Flanagan in a race for it with Wilson. He turns left, Wilson goes right, and now back here come the Breakers. Thornton dropping one back for Veilleux. Veilleux hit by Doug Blaisdell. And sending one back down low. It's picked up by Lind. Spearing it up the wall, cut off by Veilleux. Backhanding one for Lucchese. Lind and Veilleux continuing to battle. Lind just took out Veilleux, and now looks like another collision involving Lucchese down in front of the goal. Thornton got sucker punched by Connor Lind down below the end line. Thornton trying to get back up to his feet. And Connor Lind was looking for one. Finally, Thornton's going to skate back, and they're going to try and square off a reel. Thornton a couple punches through the official. The ref might have took one off the chin, the linesman I should say. Lind just jumped Thornton. I do got to say, you love the energy from Lind, but that's the third time this season I've seen him jump a Breaker opponent who hadn't got their gloves off formally. We saw it with Dylan Infantino in Topeka a couple months ago. Thornton trying to fire up the crowd as he's sent off. But we saw Lind give a couple shots earlier in the game to someone, and this is just something that has been his MO against the Breakers this season, is throwing the first punch before the other guy's ready. And there is something to be said about being ready to go when you say, but it's another if you don't get to formally square off and you eat a couple punches before you drop your mitts. .8:38 to go in period 3. Tensions rising. Lind and Thornton, former teammates, now adversaries, both sent off to the locker room. AJ Schlepp is going to go serve the penalty, as Quinn O'Reilly will do the same for Topeka. They gave Lind and Thornton both roughing calls. Back underway here, skating 4-on-4. Here's Blaisdell walking in and shooting, and a save made with the glove of Rahul Sharma. He's tied his career high with his 53rd save. Now saucer pass, Leonard going hard behind the goal. Leonard trying to get free. It's given on to Nerland. Nerland saucering one ahead for Davidson. Davidson with room shoots. Pad save Bernard. Sammy Bernard with 38 saves of his own. Blaisdell will poke it out of the zone. Davidson saucering one for Nerland. Nerland gets away from Koash, but then is taken down. It's 10 minutes for continuing the altercation to both Lind and Thornton, which is why they were tossed from the game after the roughing penalties. So Schlepp and O'Reilly serving. Here's Grasby shooting one. Gets over everything, and now penalty coming up. And we'll see what the indication is. Declan Flanagan will be guided over the box. So we're going to have a little bit of 4-on-3, a unique situation with special teams. Topeka does have a power play goal tonight. They're 1 for 1. Breakers are a relatively disciplined team, although they have so many penalty minutes this season, ranking second in the Continental behind only Monroe. But of course they've had a couple line brawls and big altercations that has resulted in a lot of extra time on the clock. So everything a little bit misconstrued, or I guess a little out of date, if you will. Flanagan, a slashing penalty officially. Raven and Rose Tattoo penalty kill opens up again. Out to Koash. Slid across to Gagnon, top of the key. Now Gagnon, down low, Koash. Koash looking in front, threw it into the skates of Grasby, and the Breakers still can't get it out. Lucchese from behind, dumping over Cam Clark with a good clean hit. Brandon Lucchese imposing his will. Now drop pass, shooting one, rebound on goal. Bernard makes the save with Charbonneau in tight. Good opportunity for the Breakers. They have just one shorthanded goal this season, and it's by the only guy not on the bench anymore, Carter Thornton. That came against the Baton Rouge Zydeco, if I'm not mistaken, over a month ago. Another 11 seconds before it becomes 5-on-4. Blaisdell giving it to Elijah Wilson. He Chris's and crosses with Koch. The pass then comes behind. AJ Schlepp will ask O'Reilly if he'd like to fight. O'Reilly goes off to the bench, and Schlepp hops into the play. Tipped in front, Koch scores. And then Koch was hit by Connor Mullins, and Sharma goes down, and he's face planted in the Breaker goal. More pushing and shoving. Schlepp then gives a slash to Koch. Referees getting involved, and Sharma's still down. Behind the play, everybody a little wound up on everything going on here. Schlepp may have earned another 2 minutes for himself in the box. It's a power play goal for Topeka. And now AJ Schlepp going to go over and have a conversation with the entire Scarecrow bench. Gracie Parker down and asking Sharma if he's okay. He eventually is back up to his feet. And so we will stand by. Brendan Spinelli now getting into the mix of it, asking, would anybody like to go with me? Took down Topeka's heavyweight Avery Smith last weekend. AJ Schlepp. And there's Connor Lynn out from the locker room, opening the glass to yell at AJ Schlepp. He was ejected from the game. Not ejected, but he was shown the locker room. AJ Schlepp will be shown the locker room, and if he's given a 10-minute there, AJ Schlepp may be your new leader in penalty minutes in the FPHL. That's 147 for him. Coming into the weekend, Tucker Scantlebury was the only one above him with 139. Schlepp also had a fight last night, so he should be in the driver's seat there, which I know is something he takes pride in and sticking up for his teammates. Breakers do have 40 shots on goal tonight, but have been held scoreless. Been singing a lot of the praise of Rahul Sharma, but you know what? Credit where it's due. Sammy Bernard is putting together a really nice hockey game on the other end of the ice himself. This is the Breakers broadcast, so Sharma's gotten all the love, but a tip of the cap certainly so to Sammy Bernard. Down there doing his thing, looking for his first shutout of the year. Referees still standing in between the benches. We will take this moment to catch our breath and send it to break. Back in a moment here in Biloxi.
Strength isn't built in a single race. It's earned, mile after mile, pedal after pedal, step after step. The same endurance that drives athletes to the finish line fuels the steady hands and sharp focus required in surgery. It's about resilience, precision, and commitment. in competition and in the operating room. Because true performance means showing up with excellence, no matter the arena.
So they gave an extra 2 minutes on the board to Quinn O'Reilly serving a penalty. So it's going to be another walk-ons power play after all that, with O'Reilly being sent off to the box. So back to work. Breakers trying to get on the scoreboard, but Sammy Bernard has stole the show tonight, despite Rahul Sharma already tying his career high 53 saves and looking for one more. Here's Pikarczyk. Heading to the top of the key. Backhanding one, looking for Charbonneau, and it's immediately sent back on out. It's an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty being served by O'Reilly.
That's an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty being served by Quinn O'Reilly.
Not sure exactly if that was Lind that they booked, as Mullins' dump-in attempt takes a funky kick off the window. Here's Trevor Grasby the other way. Flanagan collects the puck back in his own end. Sent up to Aldi Nerland. Nerland across the blue line, looking for a lane, and will shoot it back down low. Fisher picks it up on the wall, trying to slip away from him for a moment. Now gets it out to Christo. Christo back to Fisher. Fisher above the circle, holding, moving to his backhand, and lost it for a moment. Back in control in Gretzky's office. Saucering one for Nerland. Down low to Fisher again, who was calling for it. Fisher shoots, missed everything, comes all the way out to Leonard. Back to Christo. Christo rocks it and fires. Tipped in front by Fisher, and it will be cleared by Gagnon. Sent up ahead, Koash will head to the bench. That will just about do it for the walk-ons power play. Breakers fall to 0 for 5 on the night. Now here's Fabian Leonard. On over to Davidson. Back into the play. Here's O'Reilly. Leonard. For Nerland. Deflection in front. Breakers unable to get another shot away. Leonard back with it. Giving on to Spinelli. 4:10 to go in the game. Gagnon and Lucchese collide, and now it comes all the way back towards Rahul Sharma, who officially has his 53rd save of the night, or of course the last made it 58. I think they're bumping the numbers up and down a little bit on our scoreboard. Redirected in, and that will be it. Rahul Sharma, if they credit a shot there, has a new career high 54 saves. And that's also a new high against the Breakers for shots against this season. Previously was 58 by the Moxons, now 59 held by the Scarecrows. Looking to break 60. Here's Checo having his pocket pick. Lucchese gives it away. Checo shooting one. Glove save made by Spinelli. Lucchese taken down from behind, thrown to the ice. That's an automatic penalty against Avery Smith. And with 3:07 to go, we'll head into our final media timeout. Still 5-0 Crows. We'll be back in a minute.
The Mississippi Gulf Coast is where community and teamwork come together, on and off the ice. Fosi Residential is proud to support the Biloxi Breakers as they bring the heat to the rink this season. Fosi Residential manages 3 unique apartment communities along the coast, each offering modern finishes, resort-style amenities, and a location that puts coastal living right at your doorstep. Ready to find your community? Visit foshiresidential.com/Biloxi Breakers for more information.
At Superior Optical Lab, we're proud to be certified as a service-disabled, veteran-owned small business and to provide quality eyewear to veterans to whom we all owe our freedom. Thank you for your service.
3:07 to go. Breakers head to a walk-on's power play for the 6th time tonight. They are 0 for 5. Bernard's 3:07 away from earning a shutout, but Avery Smith's made that a little more difficult with a 2-minute minor for holding. And this one will immediately be sent back out to center. Here's Christo giving it away for Pikarczyk. He slips by Gagnon, who lost the tire for a moment. Clark can't chip it out. Charbonneau gives it down low. Quick shot. Goes off the pad of Bernard and down into the corner. Fisher back out to Flanagan. He had a little trouble handling it at the blue line, and Breakers tag up and get right back in the zone. Fisher shielding on his backhand all the way around Bernard's cage. Backhanding one up to the point. Christo back for Fisher with room. Fisher shoots. Glove save made by Bernard. Bernard with 43 saves here tonight. He's been stellar. Power play unit becomes Fisher with Nerland and Davidson. Fisher will now go take a seat as Lucchese comes into the mix. Leonard out at the point, and they're going to call upon Amy Royer to take the draw. Royer immediately subbed off the block, and Davidson called upon. It's won by the Crows again. Nice hit by Royer in Gagnon. Breakers do have the zone established after Nerland sends it across to Lucchese. Lucchese rocks it for a moment down low. Royer looking to pirouette his way from Jacob Gagnon, and it'll be forced out again to Sharma. Sharma shooting one to Lucchese. Brandon Lucchese dropping it back for Davidson. Davidson's goal streak is in risk here. Now here's Scott Kowash coming in all alone on Sharma, shooting, and he missed the net. Tried to go high glove and just couldn't find the twine. Short-handed, I might add. Leonard back across to Royer. Royer for Nerland. Into the middle. Lucchese's bomb is paddled away by Bernard up and into the seats with 89 seconds remaining in regulation. Bernard's got his 44th. I mean, Breakers have had their pressure. 43 shots on goal is nothing to bat an eye about. You'd take that each and every night if it was offered to you. But somehow, nothing to show on the score sheet yet. Wrapped all the way around, and Mullins will step up to jab it in. Charbonneau peeling it out of the skates of Clark, and now Pikarczyk above the circle shoots. Another save made by Bernard with 1:16 remaining. Ten more seconds for Avery Smith before he comes out of the box. Face-off is free. Fisher looked to work one on goal. It went wide. Now Fisher goes down low to Pikarczyk. Back around the wall, Pikarczyk tried to pull it back around the defender. Charbonneau into the skates out to Spinelli. Spinelli tiptoeing the line. Comes to the near side and will look to pull down low. Nudging it ahead to Fisher. Snapped back out off the wall to Pikarczyk. Pikarczyk shoots looking for a tip. He missed everything. Another 40 seconds in regulation time. It's given away to Avery Smith. Fisher might have got caught up high the way he reacted. And Mullins will shoot one ahead. Here's Blaisdell around to Gagnon. Another 25 seconds before Bernard earns his first shutout of the season. Christo through the middle will float it ahead. Gagnon picks it out of the zone around the official. Final 10 seconds here. O'Reilly will skate it in. Shooting one into the skates of Kowash. Quick shot is gloved by Rahul Sharma with 1.6 seconds left on the clock. Sharma has now faced 60 shots. 55 saves for Rahul Sharma, a new career high, January the 10th. Write it down. Congratulations to him. And after the puck is dropped, Sammy Bernard earns the first shutout in Topeka Scarecrows history with a 5-0 victory fueled by 44 saves for Sammy Bernard. Both goaltenders were the story tonight, a combined 99 saves between Bernard and Sharma, both putting on career nights in goal, but offensively, Topeka had it all going, winning this one by a final score of 5-0, out shooting Biloxi 60-44. It's tough to break down a game when your team is shut out, and I'm sure nothing I could say will be something that they haven't already heard from the coaching staff, so we're gonna shut it down here. We won't have a post-game show. It was an entertaining game last night, but the Breakers fall short here and are shut out at home. Still some positives. 44 shots on goal is pretty close to their season high, which was in the upper 40s. And you definitely like what you're seeing from Rahul Sharma settling in here. New career high night for him. Of course, got to find a way to limit all these shots. It was a lot of pressure in on him, as the teams will share a few words and they will meet again coming up. It won't be until February 12th right here inside the Coast Coliseum. It'll actually be Mardi Gras night when they take on the Scarecrows next, so hope you can join us. Those will be some sharp uniforms. But a fun game here tonight. Topeka once again takes it by a final score of 5-0. They killed the cameras on us, sorry about that, but on behalf of our entire production crew, who's ready to go home, it appears, my name's Devin Dobek, the voice of the Breakers, saying so long, and always remember to live the dream.